Phoenix Nights. Chapter 578. Starting from the half-step origin core realm, the source of true force within one's body would start to form wisps of half-step true yuan that would transform into a higher level of true yuan. The source of true spirit within Zhao Feng's body was extremely sticky and had left its original liquid state. When the source of true spirit completely solidified and formed an origin core, one's power would increase by leaps and bounds. However, this transformation was a long process that would accumulate over a long period of time. Every time the half-step true yuan was purified, it would be a breakthrough in the limit of a being. This required one's mental energy level and state of existence. If one's mental energy level and state of existence weren't high enough, the transformation would be extremely slow and might even reach a bottleneck. This was also why many half-step origin core realms were stuck at this bottleneck and couldn't break through for decades. With my current speed, I'll be able to reach the origin core realm in at least 1 to 3 to 4 years. Zhao Feng gave a rough estimate based on his half-step true yuan transformation speed. Theoretically speaking, Zhao Feng didn't have any bottlenecks from the half-step origin core realm to the origin core realm. Therefore, his speed surpassed normal half-step origin core realms. Only people like Lu Tianyi, who stood on the shoulders of two-star sects and void god realm kings, could be compared to him. Next, Zhao Feng slowed down the transformation of his half-step true yuan. His focus was on understanding. The stronger the element of the source of true yuan is, the purer the origin core will be. Zhao Feng focused on the foundation. Once the source of true spirit turned into an origin core, it would become a new core of power. The core of every cultivator's power contained their own understanding of the profound mysteries of power. For example, Zhao Feng's source of true spirit contained the element of the purple destruction wind lightning. Correspondingly, other experts cultivated different types of cultivation methods, so their understanding of the profound truths of power would be different. Before the half-step true yuan transformation is complete, I'll let the source of true yuan form a stronger element of power. Zhao Feng's vision was even further. In any case, he wouldn't be able to break through to the primal core realm in a short period of time unless he had a heaven-defying item. If that was the case, he chose to take the path of an elite soldier, lowering his level of advancement appropriately. In his mind, Zhao Feng's consciousness merged into the inheritance space of the wind lightning steel once more to comprehend the purple destruction wind lightning. Time flew by. In the blink of an eye, another month had passed. Zhao Feng's comprehension of the purple destruction wind lightning increased by another level, reaching 20 to 30%. In fact, ever since he left the Purple Saint ruins and before he reached the True Lord rank, Zhao Feng's focus had been on the Wind Lightning Emperor's inheritance. At this moment, the source of true spirit within Zhao Feng's body released a faint aura of destruction wind lightning. Pong! Zhao Feng slowly opened his palm, and wisps of purple destruction tempest quickly formed a blade of purple destruction that contained a trace of pure destructive aura. Pong! Zhao Feng quickly put away the blade of purple destruction. Even so, everyone on the ship felt the destructive power that penetrated their souls. They were instinctively frightened and uneasy. Even the skeletal division leader in the 10,000 Ghost Pearls heart jumped. It sighed in its heart. After Zhao Feng reached the half-step origin core realm, he wasn't in a rush to convert his half-step true yuan. Instead, he focused on comprehending his intent. Only by increasing his strength could he increase Zhao Feng's battle power in a short period of time. This blade of purple destruction is enough to threaten normal sovereigns. Zhao Feng was satisfied. He had only comprehended 20 to 30% of the purple destruction wind lightning, and his cultivation was only at the half-step origin core realm. Logically speaking, it shouldn't have such destructive power. However, there was one factor that greatly increased the power of destruction within the purple destruction wind lightning. That factor was the aura from the ancient dream realm. After absorbing the aura from the ancient dream realm, the aura of destruction within Zhao Feng's purple destruction wind lightning became closer to the origin. Even the Wind Lightning Emperor's purple destruction wind lightning didn't contain such a pure aura of destruction. Even when he was cultivating, Zhao Feng didn't forget to enter the ancient dream realm every few days. The aura from the ancient dream realm helped Zhao Feng the most in terms of his body and bloodline power. Now, Zhao Feng's bloodline power was almost twice as pure as it was in the Purple Saint ruins. The aura of the ancient dream realm could even cause one's bloodline to revert to its ancestral state to a certain extent. Of course, the aura from the ancient dream realm didn't always help Zhao Feng. As his bloodline and body became stronger, the effect of the aura from the ancient dream realm would become smaller and smaller. In order to maintain and strengthen the effect, the only way was to increase the number of ancient dream realm auras. Skeletal Division Leader Zhao Feng concealed his aura and sent his consciousness into the 10,000 Ghost Pearl. He paid attention to the progress of the 100 Corpses plan. Master, the 100 Corpses curse has been completed. The Skeletal Division Leader's voice was filled with pride and joy. It was the one who suggested the 100 Corpses plan, and it was mostly because of him. The 100 Corpses plan succeeded? Zhao Feng couldn't contain the joy in his heart. Within the 10,000 Ghost Pearl, 100 cursed ghost corpses stood side by side. They were all at the peak True Lord rank. They had finally succeeded. Zhao Feng let out a long breath. For the 100 Corpse plan, Zhao Feng had spent an enormous amount of resources, most of which came from the Purple Saint ruins. It could be said that, without the 100 Graves Forbidden Ground, the Purple Saint ruins, and the Skeletal Division Leader, the 100 Corpses plan wouldn't have been completed. The 100 Corpses plan was completed due to luck. The 100 Corpse plan has been completed, and the Ghost Corpse curse formation is approaching perfection. Its power will definitely rise to another level. The Skeletal Division Leader looked forward to it even more than Zhao Feng. Within the 10,000 Ghost Pearl, apart from the cursed ghost corpses, there were also 2 dark silver ghost corpses. These 2 dark silver ghost corpses had been in the 10,000 Ghost Pearl for a long time, and they had reached the half-step origin core realm. Can I use the ancient dream realm aura to increase the strength of the ghost corpses? A thought suddenly appeared in Zhao Feng's mind. This thought only flashed through his mind. Even Zhao Feng didn't have enough ancient dream realm aura, so he didn't spend more than 10 breaths in there. 3 days later, Zhao Feng was in seclusion, comprehending his bloodline power and the Ice Imperial Spear, when the blue lightning sea sky ship started to shake. What's going on? The people on the ship couldn't stand straight and quickly stabilized themselves. Gula the limitless ocean whale had woken up and started to slowly travel through the ocean. Captain, the limitless ocean whale has been sleeping for 2 months. It's probably going out to find food, Lu Longjishui said. Hope appeared in the eyes of the people on the ship. This big guy has finally woken up. A smile appeared on Zhao Feng's face as if a heavy burden had been lifted off his shoulders. He had been cultivating in this sealed environment for so long just to wait for this moment. As expected, according to the rules, the limitless ocean whale would go out to find food every once in a while. If the whale stayed with the tribe, Zhao Feng wouldn't dare to do anything even if he had the strength. There were over 100 adult whales in the tribe, and there was even a void god realm whale king. Doing anything in such an environment would be courting death. This time, the limitless ocean whale is going out to find food. This is our last chance. Zhao Feng took a deep breath. Every time the limitless ocean whale went out to find food, it would come back to sleep for a while. The blue lightning sea sky ship obviously wouldn't be able to last until the whale went out to find food again. Gula Boom the void giant sea whale rampaged in the depths of the sea, completely unrestrained. In terms of size, it was almost 10 miles long, and it was a rare creature in the limitless ocean. This was their last chance. Zhao Feng went all out, and even released his god's spiritual eye to see what was going on. The limitless ocean whale is leaving the tribe. Zhao Feng's heart sped up. The limitless ocean whale obviously didn't have much marine life to feed on. Therefore, this giant sea whale had to travel a long distance and enter the void sea, which was even further away. 1,000 miles, 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles. Just in time. The limitless ocean whale went further and further away. Finally, when it reached 20,000 miles, the limitless ocean whale started to eat. It's about time to act. Zhao Feng's heart moved. Shua! He waved his hand and summoned the skeletal division leader. Master, how do you plan on breaking out? Do you want to abandon the sailors? The skeletal division leader suggested. Zhao Feng shook his head. Forcefully breaking out was a bad idea. The battle power of the limitless ocean whale was definitely half a level stronger than Lord Husua and the 8 desolate sovereign lord. Even Zhao Feng's void space eye/ couldn't threaten this big guy. Even if they gave up the limitless ocean ship and tried to break out, there was no guarantee that they would be able to escape unscathed. Boiling a frog in warm water. Let's start from here. Zhao Feng laughed. After that, he channeled his bloodline power and awakened the Earth-grade divine artifact, the Ice Imperial Spear. Wisps of ice and water power of the ancient Ice Emperor passed to him. Though a ripple of water appeared around Zhao Feng as he took the skeletal division leader and charged through the exit at the top of the ship. The ship was surrounded by a terrifying liquid. Normal origin core realms wouldn't be able to last more than a few breaths in such an environment. However, Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader were different. The skeletal division leader cultivated the Tao of bones, so its body was made up of bones. Its defense and resistance to corrosion were very strong. On the other hand, Zhao Feng had the water bloodline and specialized in healing and defense. His state of existence had also reached the origin core realm. Whoosh! On the deck, Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader both fell into the liquid. The skeletal division leader was just about to use its 9 deadly Yin bone to create a path, but it was stopped by Zhao Feng. Turn water to ice! Zhao Feng merged the laws of ice and water from the Ice Imperial Spear into his body and used a secret bloodline technique. In an instant, a layer of surging dark blue light extended for dozens of feet and enveloped the entire ship. Turn water to ice. See, with the limitless ocean ship as the center, everything within 100 yards turned into ice. Everything was frozen. Good idea! The skeletal division leader couldn't help but exclaim. It would be very hard to deal with this liquid using normal methods. However, this digestive mucus was also a kind of thick semi-liquid. Once it was frozen, the liquid's vitality would decrease dramatically. At this moment, Zhao Feng used his secret bloodline technique and the intent of ice and water that he had obtained from awakening the Ice Imperial Spear to freeze everything within 100 yards. First step complete. Chapter 579. The first step is complete. Zhao Feng let out a breath, and joy appeared on his face. His judgment was correct. Normal attacks, including his purple destruction wind lightning and the skeletal division leader's Yin of death, wouldn't be able to do anything to the slime. However, everything in the world countered each other. There was no such thing as invincible. For example, Zhao Feng's void space eye/ was countered by the limitless ocean whale's size. Correspondingly, the liquid of the limitless ocean whale was countered by Zhao Feng's ice-water bloodline and lost most of its vitality. Fortunately, my bloodline power has become purer and stronger in the past half a year. The Ice Imperial Spear has awakened, and it can unleash even more frost power. Zhao Feng rejoiced in his heart. All of this was due to the ancient dream realm aura. Otherwise, with his bloodline power after leaving the Purple Saint ruins, it would be hard for Zhao Feng to freeze everything within 100 yards. See, once the outer layer of the mucus got close to the layer of ice, it would freeze and lose its activity. So cold. At the center of the ice was the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. Although the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship was made of tough materials and had arrays protecting it, everyone within the ship was still affected. Lulan Jishui and the others shivered, feeling as if their blood was about to freeze. Furthermore, this was just a wisp of coldness. It couldn't even be counted as a shockwave. From this, with Zhao Feng's bloodline power and the Ice Imperial Spear's ancient power of ice, how strong was it? Master, there's ice all around us. The skeletal division leader cried out. Even with its unique body, it couldn't take it, and its body stiffened. Switching between ice and water. Zhao Feng laughed and circulated his bloodline power, turning a portion of the ice into water. When the wisp of water was then absorbed by Zhao Feng's bloodline power. Soon, part of the inner layer of the ice seal had been emptied. The outer layer of the ice seal blocked the slime inside the slime space. The inner layer was the limitless ocean ship, Zhao Feng, and the skeletal division leader. Good idea! The skeletal division leader could guess Zhao Feng's next step. Part of the ice seal was hollowed out, freeing up some space. Then, there would be room for him to show off. Second step, set up the formation. Zhao Feng used some of his bloodline power to maintain the ice and let the skeletal division leader attack. Whoosh! The skeletal division leader waved the black flag, and 100 cursed corpses piled up on top of the ship. In an instant, a layer of dark mist and flames spread out, emanating a shocking amount of ghost corpse resentment. Just a wisp of that flame could threaten the life of a half-step primal core realm cultivator. Gather! Zhao Feng immediately said. Now, the 100-corpse cursed formation was truly formed in its peak state. If this formation was fully expanded, it could cover a radius of 5 to 6 miles. The skeletal division leader controlled the black flag and compressed the range of the ghost corpse curse formation to a couple dozen yards. Otherwise, the power of the ghost corpse curse formation would destroy the outer layer of ice. Guide the power of the curse. A light flashed through Zhao Feng's eyes as he spoke. Good. The skeletal division leader's eyes lit up. Zhao Feng indeed wanted to use this method to deal with the whale. Countless withered hands formed from pale white flames emerged from the dense dark mist of the 100 corpses formation. These white hands were invisible and couldn't be seen with the naked eye. Normal experts wouldn't be able to sense them with their spiritual sense. How cold! Everyone within the limitless ocean ship felt a coldness that came from their souls. Go! The skeletal division leader waved the black flag, and thousands of white hands reached toward the organs of the limitless ocean whale. Strangely enough, the power of the curse was more soul-based and didn't affect the ice at all. Shwa! Shwa! Thousands of pale, shriveled hands, dripping with blood, pierced through the layer of ice and devoured the whale's flesh and blood. So, this is the power of the curse. Zhao Feng's god's spiritual eye could see the form of the power of the curse. Under normal situations, the power of the ghost corpse curse formation merged with the power of the ghost corpse curse formation and was called the ghost corpse curse formation. However, this time, it was purely the power of the curse. The power of the curse was invisible and didn't affect normal mental energy. It was specifically targeted at living beings. Back in the Azure Flower continent, some true spirit realm experts had entered the 100 Graves forbidden ground and were affected by the power of the curse. Even if they managed to return in time, they would still be affected by the curse. At this point in time, the skeletal division leader directed the power of the curse into the organs of the limitless ocean whale. The 10-mile-long whale let out a muffled snort, its body shaking. Obviously, even the enormous body of the giant sea whale felt uncomfortable. However, the disease was coming from its internal organs, so it couldn't do anything about it. Being affected by the power of the curse will cause one's life force and soul to disappear. Zhao Feng observed how the power of the curse attacked. Even if some experts didn't die immediately after being affected by the curse, their lifespan and life force would disappear over time. This meant that the power of the curse could reduce one's lifespan by absorbing life force. After eating the whale's flesh, those pale, withered hands looked even more bloody, which made people shudder with fear. Such a strong ghost corpse curse formation attacking the organs. Even great origin core realms won't be able to last long. The skeletal division leader laughed. Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader didn't dare to touch the power of the curse. Goo goo boom! The whale gave off a soul-shaking roar as it rolled around in the ocean, creating waves. The disease within its body was eating away at its organs. What was even more frightening was that the power of the curse would endlessly entangle one's body. It would be very difficult to escape from it. An hour later, the giant sea whale was still struggling and rolling, but its tremendous aura and strength had obviously weakened. It's indeed worthy of being a titan of the ocean. Its life force is so strong. If it were a great origin core realm expert, the power of the curse would have killed them long ago. Zhao Feng couldn't help but sigh. At this point in time, the resentful power of the curse had already taken effect on the giant sea whale, causing it to become extremely weak. Avoid the heart, Zhao Feng said. Through the god's spiritual eye, he was able to sketch out the structure of the whale's organs and send it to the skeletal division leader. The skeletal division leader directed the power of the curse towards a few important organs, but it avoided the heart. The heart blood essence is the most valuable sacred blood of the limitless ocean whale. Bathing the entire body with it can change one's body and even increase one's state of existence. Zhao Feng's eyes twinkled. He was still thinking about the most precious heart blood essence of the whale. One had to know that. The strength of this whale surpassed normal great origin core realms, and its state of existence was only below that of a void god realm king, who inside the giant whale's body, the resentful power of the curse continued to erode its spirit and soul silently. Zhao Feng could even feel that the whale's body was starting to wither as its life force and soul started to disappear. Boom! The limitless ocean whale roared and struggled, and it would occasionally come out of the water. The disease had made the whale go crazy. Half a day later, the limitless ocean whale was still struggling, and its aura was getting weaker. Master, the limitless ocean whale is too big. Normal origin core realms would have died dozens of times already. However, it'll probably take a few more days to kill it, the skeletal division leader said. Zhao Feng's eyebrows furrowed. He was worried that the longer he delayed, the more whales would be attracted to him. Fortunately, the giant sea whale struggled crazily. Its mind was in chaos, and it had lost its sense of direction. Above the limitless ocean, a grayish-blue shark-shaped ship shuttled through the deep sea and flew to this area. Limitless ocean whale. So big. This probably isn't a normal limitless ocean whale. Dozens of figures appeared on the ship. All of them had fierce auras and radiated killing intent. Without a doubt, they were a group of pirates. The leader of the group was a man covered in silver clothes. He stared at the limitless ocean whale in bewilderment. It's a giant whale that's almost 10 miles long. We can't even stand a chance against it. The pirates looked at it in fear. The pressure from it was enough to make the hearts of normal sovereigns tremble. Wait. There seems to be something wrong with this limitless ocean whale. Its aura is weak, and it can't even struggle. The male scanned the whale with his spiritual sense and found that something was wrong. After observing for a while, "Retreat!" the male in silver suddenly ordered. Although he was at the origin core realm, he wasn't on the same level as a creature of this level. With his strength, he couldn't even get close to the whale. After all, a skinny camel was still bigger than a horse. The limitless ocean whale might be able to kill all the pirates with just one slap. So, the void pirate ship quickly left the scene of the incident. Bam! The limitless ocean whale struggled, but its aura became weaker and weaker. Half a day later, some experts and merchant groups passed by and saw the limitless ocean whale, but they all avoided it. Up until a certain moment, so an enormous force of the world whistled through the air, and the world's yuan qi swept out like a tide. Crack! The nearby sea of mist began to crumble layer by layer under a vast power that seemed to have fused with the natural universe. Instantly, the limitless ocean was dyed in a dark green light, and the environment seemed to change. Great origin core realm! Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader within the whale sensed something. A few breaths later, an old man in a long black robe descended upon this region of the foggy sea with a man and a woman. Limitless ocean whale! A light flashed through the elder's eyes as his great origin core realm aura became stronger. Limitless ocean whale! That's a legendary limitless ocean creature? It was a man and a woman in their 20s or 30s. The man was extraordinarily handsome, and the woman was gentle and charming. Although they were juniors, their cultivations were at the true lord rank. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This limitless ocean whale's state of existence is close to the void god realm, and normal great origin core realm sovereign lords aren't its match. However, it seems to have lost a lot of life force and is extremely weak. The elder's eyes twinkled as he spoke. Chapter 580. Heart Blood Essence? The eyes of the young man and woman lit up. The handsome youth seemed to have heard of the legend before and said excitedly, "Apparently, the heart blood essence has the effect of changing one's body when bathing in it. It can increase one's state of existence and cultivation by leaps and bounds." "That's right." The old man nodded and said, "The effect of this blood is miraculous. It is extremely beneficial even to primal core realm venerables. If you can use it, your state of existence and body will be comparable to a half-step origin core realm for at least 2 years. Furthermore, the chances of breaking through to the origin core realm will be even higher." Hearing that, the expressions of the young man and woman became even more excited. Their cultivations were at the early stage true lord rank and late stage true lord rank respectively. Who knew how many years it would take for them to break through to the half-step origin core realm? It could be said that the heart blood essence had the effect of changing one's state of existence, and could greatly increase one's potential. Furthermore, this kind of beneficial effect was long-term, unlike the short-term effects of some spirit pills and heavenly treasures, which would leave behind side effects. Furthermore, the state of existence of this limitless ocean whale is not simple. It's only slightly weaker than the legendary whale king. The black-robed old man murmured. One could imagine that the heart blood essence of this limitless ocean whale would be far more useful than normal whales. If I use this blood essence, my state of existence and body will be closer to the void god realm. Although it won't help me break through to the void god realm, it will at least give me a strong foundation. The elder's heart thumped. Who wouldn't be moved by a chance to strengthen their state of existence? Probably not many people below the void god realm could resist the temptation of the heart blood essence. "Third elder, are you confident in slaying this limitless ocean whale?" The charming female couldn't help but ask. Hee. Don't worry, this limitless ocean whale is extremely weak and only has 20 to 30% of its battle power left. Furthermore, its heart is as big as a palace, and there's enough heart blood essence. Not only can we bring it back to the Gone Cloud Pavilion, it can also increase the strength of the clan. The old man chuckled, his face full of confidence. After that, he swayed his body and punched toward the limitless ocean whale with a tremendous force. When a great origin core realm attacked, the environment within dozens of miles changed dramatically. Pack. A massive, shimmering, dark green palm projection that was half a kilometer in diameter struck the whale's head head-on, and an earth-shattering boom rang out. Profound Heaven Ink Seal! The gigantic palm projection enshrouded the whale's head and didn't dissipate. Instead, it released even more dazzling dark green crystalline light, and its size continued to expand. What was even more incredible was that the black Heaven Ink Seal was still sinking into the whale's head. Oh, the giant void sea whale let out a low roar and struggled with all its might, an expression of extreme agony on its face. At this time, the giant sea whale had lost a large amount of energy, and its internal organs had been corroded by 80 to 90% of the power of the curse. It was almost dying. Ha! You're weaker than I thought. As the black-robed old man laughed, his figure flickered back and forth, dodging the waves formed by the void sea whale's tumbling. If it was at its peak, a single wave from the whale would be able to severely injure normal origin core realms. Within the body of the whale, Master, the great origin core realm sovereign lord outside. The skeletal division leader was slightly worried. Everyone could clearly feel the aura of a great origin core realm. Before this, Zhao Feng and company had just barely managed to force Lord Hu Suo back in a battle of life and death. Zhao Feng's void space eye last time had also brought danger to himself. However, this great origin core realm seemed to be slightly stronger than Lord Husa's. With this great origin core realm suppressing the limitless ocean whale, it's a good chance for us to obtain the heart blood essence. Zhao Feng smiled faintly. Heart blood essence? The skeletal division leader couldn't help but be surprised. Zhao Feng was still thinking about the heart blood essence even though they were facing trouble from both inside and outside. Even if he succeeded, would the great origin core realms outside let him go? Shwa! The skeletal division leader silently put away the ghost corpse cursed array. It wanted to see how Zhao Feng would achieve his goal. Let's break through this dimension first, Zhao Feng said. The method of breaking through wasn't hard. At this moment, the majority of the whale's life force had been sucked away by the curse. This included the dimension of the slime ocean. Freeze! Zhao Feng circulated his bloodline power once more and used the Ice Imperial Spear's intent to freeze the slimy dimension. This time, the difficulty was even lower than last time. Open a path! Zhao Feng left the next step to the skeletal division leader. Whoosh! 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 The skeletal division leader expressionlessly circulated the 9 deadly Een bone and easily opened a path in the dimension of ice. The process of opening the path was smoother than expected. This was mainly because the organs of the whale had lost most of their life force, and their digestive fluids were no longer active. Furthermore, Zhao Feng's bloodline power completely froze the organs, making them dry and brittle. Therefore, the skeletal division leader was able to easily create a tunnel through the ice. The two did their best not to take out their Earth-grade weapons in case they alerted the great origin core realm sovereigns outside. Luckily, the limitless ocean whale's body was huge and blocked off all senses. Furthermore, it was in the middle of a storm, so the movements inside its body were mostly hidden. Let's go, Zhao Feng ordered Lulan Jishui. Understood. Lulan Jishui and the others controlled the ship and left the slimy dimension through the grooved ice tunnel. Turn left, then right. Zhao Feng's god spiritual eye had already seen the structure of the whale's body. A while later, the limitless ocean ship closed in on the heart of the whale. Pun! Pun! The sound of the heart gave off a terrifying pressure. The sailors all felt like they couldn't breathe. If it weren't for the fact that the whale was extremely weak, Zhao Feng wouldn't have dared to get close to its heart while it wasn't dead. When the whale was at its peak, anyone below the origin core realm would explode if they tried to get close to its heart. The whale's heart was the size of a small palace, and it was dark blue with a blood-colored glow. How do we get such a big heart? The skeletal division leader had a weird expression. Zhao Feng thought for a while and decided to go with the old method. Freeze! Zhao Feng pushed out his hand, and a cold light spread out and froze the whale's heart. However, the whale's heart contained a lot of life force and couldn't be completely frozen in a short amount of time. That's enough. Zhao Feng nodded his head. Even if it was only half frozen, it was enough. Furthermore, if it was completely frozen, the whale wouldn't have any life force and would lose all ability to resist, which wasn't good for the situation. The elder who was attacking the whale realized that something was wrong. The struggling giant sea whale became weaker and weaker. However, this was a good thing for him. Captain, what do we do now? Lulan Jishui and company were puzzled. From the looks of it, the whale's heart had been frozen, and the shaking of its body had lessened. Zhao Feng said one word. Dig. Meow meow. As soon as he said this, the little thieving cat jumped out with a small shovel. Crack! Crack! The little thieving cat waved the shovel and started to dig at the edge of the frozen heart. Everyone's eyes almost popped out of their sockets. The skeletal division leader's jaw dropped, but thinking back, this didn't seem to be the first time Zhao Feng and the little thieving cat had done something like this. And let's do it together. Zhao Feng's hand started to shine with a cold light as he pressed it onto the whale's heart. As his bloodline power became pure, Zhao Feng started to comprehend some bloodline techniques. It didn't just come from the Ice Imperial Spear, it also came from his bloodline awakening. Let's do it! Everyone took out their tools or divine weapons and dug around the frozen heart with all their might. The harder parts of the heart were left to the little thieving cat. Schwa! The little thieving cat swung a mysterious shadow dagger in its hand, easily cutting through the frozen heart veins. Half the time it took to make tea later. The giant whale's heart was dug out by everyone and lost connection with the flesh and blood of the whale. Luckily, Zhao Feng had frozen the area, or else there would be a river of blood. Come! Zhao Feng raised his hand and put the giant whale's heart into his ancient metal ring. Luckily, this ancient metal ring was given to him by the Purple Saint Partial Spirit. It had a lot of storage and was of a high grade, which was why it was able to store such a large whale heart. What's going on? The elder outside realized that something was wrong. The whale's life force was extremely weak, and it had lost all ability to resist. Blood-colored rivers flowed out of its body and dyed the ocean red. Right at this moment, a gray void ship covered in a layer of ice flew out of the giant whale's mouth. Who's there? The old man in the black shirt subconsciously yelled. The aura of a great origin core realm made heaven and earth feel pressured. The hearts of everyone in the ship jumped. Thank you, Senior, for helping us escape. Zhao Feng slowly poked his head out. After saying that, his face was filled with gratitude as he bowed deeply towards the old man in the black robe, looking as if he was crying tears of gratitude. Everyone in the ship broke out in cold sweat. It seemed like Zhao Feng was trying to trick a great origin core realm expert. You're a merchant group that's trapped inside the whale? The black-shirt old man thought about it, and understood. It wasn't the first time that a ship was swallowed by a void giant whale in this area. Just as the two sides were talking, a pirate ship with a metal horn on its head flew over. It was large and carried almost 100 figures. Metal Horn Pirates! The captain of the Metal Horn Pirates is here as well? The elder's expression changed dramatically. 3 powerful auras of the origin core realm came from the ship, and the strongest one had reached the level of a great origin core realm sovereign lord. Ha! Waiting to reap the benefits. Let's surround this place. An arrogant laugh sounded from the Metal Horn Pirates. Chapter 581. The Metal Horn pirate ship was 2 times bigger than the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship, and it carried hundreds of pirates. There were 3 sovereigns at the origin core realm guarding the Metal Horn pirate ship. One of them was a male with silver tattoos on his face. He was the pirate captain who had left earlier. Next to him was a black-veiled female with an ugly face and a pair of eyes as calm as still water. This black-veiled female had the cultivation of a late-stage small origin core realm, and her aura was weird. However, these 2 weren't the true leaders of the Metal Horn pirate group. On the high platform at the top of the ship sat a purple-faced male wearing a leather coat. His muscles were as black as a metal bear's, and he gave off a cold feeling, as if he was made of steel. Friends, surround this place. The purple-faced male had a cunning expression as he laughed. There was a rusty metal horn on his neck. He was the captain of the Metal Horn pirate group and the source of the great origin core realm aura. Whoosh! 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 The pirates on the Metal Horn pirate group flew into the air and spread out under the lead of the 3 origin core realms, surrounding the whale's body. Captain of the Metal Horn pirate group, I killed this limitless ocean whale first. Since you're here, I don't mind giving you the whale's body other than the heart blood essence. The shirt-wearing elder suggested. If it was one-on-one or just one person, he wouldn't give up. However, the situation wasn't in their favor. The other party had 3 primal core realm experts, and he and the young man and woman he brought were just 2 burdens. Ha! Third elder of the Gone Cloud Pavilion, you don't seem to understand the situation. This isn't the dimension where your Gone Cloud Pavilion is. The limitless ocean nearby is my territory. Hearing that, the captain of the Metal Horn pirate group laughed. What do you want? The elder's expression became grim. The Gone Cloud Pavilion was one of the stronger sects nearby. It was a 1.5-star sect, and it was even at the peak of 1 star. It was only weaker than a handful of 2-star sections. The captain of the Metalhorn pirate group obviously knew him, but he didn't care. Apart from the oceanic races, the limitless ocean was the territory of the pirates. Unless it was a two-star sect, the captain of the Metalhorn pirate group wasn't scared. Hee, what should we do? This is the territory of the Ironhorn pirate group. Of course, we have the final say here, including the harvest on the sea. The Iron Triangle Regiment leader's face was filled with mockery. Little old man, if you know what's good for you, you'd scram far away from us. We will consider letting you go. The man with silver tattoos on his face laughed viciously. Preposterous! The old man's expression was extremely ugly, and he was so angry that he trembled. In the domain space, he could get whatever he wanted. How glorious was that! Normal small origin core realm sovereigns would be respectful when they saw him. The pirates had surrounded the area, and some of them were even harvesting the whale's corpse. The captain of the Iron Triangle troops stared coldly at the elder in the black robe. The old man's expression was gloomy, and his expression changed several times. His gaze suddenly scanned over Zhao Feng and the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship, and his eyes lit up. There was another sovereign on the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. He didn't pay much attention to a small origin core realm sovereign when he was talking with Zhao Feng. Furthermore, Zhao Feng was the captain, and his soul was extremely strong. The old man had also sensed it. The fact that this ship was able to survive in the limitless ocean whale's body for a period of time meant that it wasn't simple. Little friend, that sovereign, you've seen the situation. The Ironhorn pirates were arrogant, cunning, and ruthless. Even if you give up the whale's body, they won't let you go, the old man said with spiritual sense. If they wanted to fight for the heart-blood essence with the captain of the Ironhorn pirate group, they would have to rope in Zhao Feng's group. Brat! If you dare to work with this old man, don't blame me for being merciless. I'll tear you into pieces and feed you to the fishes. The captain of the Ironhorn pirate group threatened. The gazes of the pirates glanced at the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship that Zhao Feng and company were on, and they didn't hide their greed. With their eyes, they could judge the quality of the ship. They were wary of the old man's battle power, so they wouldn't make things difficult for him. However, they obviously wouldn't give up on such a good chance. Senior, you were the one who saved us from the whale's stomach. We obviously won't reject you. Zhao Feng didn't bother with the threatening gazes of the Ironhorn pirate group. Good. The heart of the elder shook. With the addition of Zhao Feng's group, the difference in strength between the two sides had been reduced. The true deciding factor was the battle between the great origin core realms. I'll leave these two juniors to you. The elder waved his hand and pushed a young man and a young woman onto the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. After saying that, without any hesitation, he charged toward the captain of the Ironhorn pirate group. Old bastard! You dare to fight me? The captain of the Ironhorn pirate group licked his lips and faced the elder with a bloodthirsty expression. Boom! Boom! The two great origin core realms flew into the air and clashed, sending shockwaves across dozens of miles. In the blink of an eye, everyone could only see two black dots clashing in the air. Kill all the people below. The captain of the Ironhorn pirate group laughed cruelly as he fought and pressured the elder. He was very confident in his subordinates. The shirt-wearing elder attacked with all his might, and the aura of a great origin core realm flipped heaven and earth upside down as a green palm appeared. However, his opponent was also a great origin core realm, and he was an experienced and ruthless pirate captain. In a short amount of time, the elder wasn't able to gain any advantage. He started to worry about the battle power of Zhao Feng and company below. However, what was unexpected was that the young captain's expression was abnormally calm and didn't show any signs of panic. The sailors acted as if they were facing a great enemy, and they activated the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship's array. Ji Shui, defend the ship, Zhao Feng ordered. With the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship's defense, it would be able to last for an hour as long as there weren't any origin core realms. As for the battle, it was up to him and the skeletal division leader. Schwa! Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader stood at the top of the ship. That youth is your captain? The beautiful woman stared at Zhao Feng's cold and resolute face in disbelief. Zhao Feng was so young, but he was already at the half-step origin core realm. Even in the island they were from, there wasn't a second genius like him. Furthermore, from the looks of it, even the sovereign had to listen to his orders. Master, there are 2 sovereigns on the other side. Which one do you choose? The flames in the skeletal division leader's eyes danced as it laughed. So, at this moment, the male in silver and the black-veiled woman were leading a group of people toward the ship. The Iron Horn pirate group had even dispatched some people to attempt to divide the giant whale. They even planned to send people into the giant whale's corpse. I'll leave both of them to you. Zhao Feng's eyes flashed as he spoke. What? The skeletal division leader stumbled. One was at the middle stage small origin core realm, while the other was at the late stage small origin core realm. If it didn't have the ghost corpse cursed array, it would be hard for it to deal with them alone. There's no need to use the ghost corpse cursed array right now, Zhao Feng added, making the skeletal division leader feel bitter. Ever since it became Zhao Feng's servant, it had never been able to relax. Every time it was in danger, it would be on the verge of breaking apart. Shwa! Zhao Feng left behind a faint purple afterimage as he flew toward the pirates approaching the whale. Just a half-step origin core realm. The 2 pirate leaders didn't put Zhao Feng in their eyes because there were at least 10 half-step origin core realms in their group. In their eyes, the skeletal division leader was the biggest threat. As long as they killed the skeletal division leader, they would be able to change the situation. Kill! The 2 pirate leaders charged toward the skeletal division leader. Crack! Crack! The skeletal division leader used a secret technique and merged the 9 deadly eaten bone into its bones. In an instant, the skeletal division leader's body grew to a height of 2 or 3 yards, and it seemed to turn into a flaming bone giant. Whoosh! The skeletal division leader's flaming bone giant slammed out with terrifying power, sending the fierce-looking man flying. What power! There seems to be the aura of an Earth-grade weapon. The man almost spat out a mouthful of blood as the air of death entered his body. The expression of the black-veiled woman changed slightly. She didn't expect this skeleton to be so strong. Go! She gently waved her hand, and a layer of pale white flames appeared around her as she charged toward the skeletal division leader. Not only that. Shwa! She waved her hand again, and a jade-like skeleton appeared in front of her. It was 6 yards tall and radiated a cold aura as it charged toward the skeletal division leader. A skeleton at the origin core realm! The skeletal division leader couldn't help but exclaim. This was the first time it had seen a ghost corpse at the origin core realm. The material of the skeleton wasn't simple, and its aura was close to the middle stage small origin core realm. It was obvious that the black-veiled woman cultivated the same path as the skeletal division leader. Ding! Ding! At this point in time, the 2 pirate leaders and the origin core realm ghost corpse surrounded the skeletal division leader. Why is it always me? The skeletal division leader almost exploded from anger. Luckily, the 9 deadly eaten bone had merged with its bones and formed a flaming bone giant, which greatly increased its defense. Ding! 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 The origin core realm ghost corpse attacks landed on the flaming bone giant, but sparks flew. It wasn't able to pose any real threat in a short amount of time. At the same time, the skeletal division leader cursed its unscrupulous master and left the origin core realm battle. Hee, the more powerful you are, the more pressure you have to bear. Zhao Feng glanced over and was slightly surprised. It wasn't just the skeletal division leader that had become stronger. The black-veiled woman had also summoned a origin core realm ghost corpse. That skeleton's battle power is so strong. The mouths of the young man and woman within the ship were wide open. Although the skeletal division leader was on the defensive, it was still able to fight against 3 sovereigns by itself. How dirty! He's the captain and he's running away. The charming woman slightly furrowed her eyebrows as she watched Zhao Feng disappear from the ship and escape from the battlefield. His movement technique was as fast as lightning. The handsome youth next to her also revealed a look of disdain. Chapter 582. Shua! Zhao Feng's figure flashed away from the Battle of the Sovereigns, and he didn't bother with the blue lightning sea sky ship. His gaze was fixed on some pirates near the Void Sea Whale. At this moment in time, some of the Metalhorn pirates were already splitting the important parts of the whale, and they were even preparing to send people inside to search. If these pirates find out that the whale's heart no longer exists, the consequences will be dire. Zhao Feng murmured in his heart. The most precious thing on the Void Whale was the heart-blood essence. The captain of the Metalhorn pirates and the third elder of the Gone Cloud gang were both determined to get the heart-blood essence. Zhao Feng didn't want his secret to be exposed and become enemies with two great Origin Core Realms sovereign lords. Brat, where do you think you're going? A half-step Origin Core Realm led by 2 or 3 nearby pirates blocked Zhao Feng. Captain has ordered us to kill everyone below. Leave no one alive! The Void Pirates had cruel expressions on their faces. Zhao Feng didn't bother with them and lightly flicked his finger. Shoo! A few faint purple arcs of wind and lightning flashed through the air, each as thin as a feather. Woo! The bodies of the 2 or 3 Void Pirates that were approaching stiffened. Traces of faint purple wind and lightning appeared on the scars on their chests. The purple destruction wind lightning contained a wisp of destruction intent that instantly destroyed the life force within their bodies. That half-step Primal Core Realm pirate's life force was extinguished. Zhao Feng killed the 3 pirates in the blink of an eye. Compared to the half-step Origin Core Realm pirates from the Blue Lightning pirates, this time was much easier. His comprehension of the purple destruction wind lightning had reached 20 to 30%. And his half-step True Yuan was formed from the power of the purple destruction wind lightning. Plop! Plop! Zhao Feng's figure soon landed on the whale, and the nearby pirates screamed as they fell to the ground. This brat is weird. The pirates nearby noticed Zhao Feng and became wary. So. The nearby pirates were led by 3 half-step Origin Core Realms and charged at Zhao Feng. Facing the human wave tactic, Zhao Feng smiled calmly. Swoosh! Whoosh! Leaving behind overlapping blurry purple lightning, those Void Pirates couldn't even touch the corner of Zhao Feng's clothes. Thump! 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 On the other hand, the pirates who got close to Zhao Feng fell into the sea and died. The corpses of these dead Void Pirates were well preserved, but there were burn marks on the vital parts of their hearts that were emitting black smoke. The purple destruction tempest's speed and attack had reached an extreme. These Void Pirates had no way of dodging or defending. Every time Zhao Feng flicked his finger, a wisp of purple destruction tempest would appear. However, the aura of destruction contained within it was extremely terrifying. That wisp of destructive wind thunder power instantly extinguished all signs of life. Hee hee. Zhao Feng laughed lightly as his figure flashed and killed the nearby Void Pirates with a flick of his finger. At his current level, those below the Origin Core Realm were like ants that could be killed with a flick of his finger. This brat! What terrifying strength! The Void Pirates near the whale were slaughtered one by one. Zhao Feng passed through the whale. Even if the Void Pirates didn't get close, he would still kill them. In a short while, there were more than 20 Void Pirates that died in Zhao Feng's hands. Furthermore, this number kept on increasing as time passed. We blamed him wrongly. The charming female was shocked and ashamed as she saw Zhao Feng kill peak True Lord ranks and half-step Origin Core Realms with a wave of his hand. What strong battle power! It's impossible for such a terrifying genius to exist in our region, or even in the nearby islands. Unless he's from a 2-star sect. The handsome youth's heart trembled. With Zhao Feng's strength, he could also kill them with a flick of his finger. This scene caught the attention of the other 2 Origin Core Realms. Looks like we've made a mistake. The fierce-looking man and the black-veiled woman looked at each other with surprise. They obviously didn't expect a junior to have such strong battle power. If they didn't stop him, Zhao Feng could kill all the void pirates except for the Origin Core realm. Go! The black-veiled woman waved her hand and ordered the Origin Core realm ghost corpses to help the pirates near the whale. Zhao Feng was slaughtering the pirates near the whale when he suddenly felt a ghastly aura of death. He turned his head. The jade-black skeleton ghost corpse charged toward him, wreathed in a fiery aura. If it was in the past, Zhao Feng might have tried to subdue this ghost corpses and use his god's spiritual eye to control them. But now, he didn't dare to use his eye bloodline too much. Purple Destruction Wind Lightning Whip! Zhao Feng didn't retreat. Instead, he condensed a faint purple whip of wind and lightning in his hand and released an aura of destruction. Boom! Pa! The purple destruction tempest whip lashed at the ink jade skeleton's body, causing black smoke to rise from the skeleton's body and thunder to explode. The power of lightning countered ghost corpses to a certain degree. Furthermore, Zhao Feng's purple destruction wind lightning contained the laws of destruction and surpassed normal lightning. In the clash of the two, Zhao Feng immediately gained the upper hand. The purple destruction wind lightning whip landed on the Origin Core realm ghost corpses, causing them to explode and smoke to rise as they were forced to retreat. A few breaths later, Zhao Feng suppressed the black jade skeleton and beat it into a sorry state. One could almost hear the wails of a dead soul. Master, that's the Origin Core realm ghost corpses. The refinement of that skeleton was fused with the rare dark black crystal bone, and it's a top-grade bone Dao material. Even the skeletal division leader felt its heart hurt. Mystic black crystal bone. Zhao Feng instantly understood that this material was extremely useful to the skeletal division leader. Shwa! Zhao Feng put away the purple destruction wind lightning whip and merged the power of the destruction wind lightning into his body. Ice Imperial Seal! Zhao Feng circulated his bloodline power, and a crystal-like seal appeared in his palm. It grew 10 times in size and radiated an ancient power that enveloped the black jade skeleton. See, a layer of frost immediately condensed on the surface of the black jade skeleton, and its body stiffened. It was about to be enveloped by the ice blue light seal, and its surface showed signs of turning into ice crystals. However, it was still a Origin Core realm ghost corpses, and black flames burned around its body as it tried to resist the Ice Imperial Seal. Ice Imperial Spear! Zhao Feng's eyes dimmed as he circulated the laws of ice and water and used the power of the Ice Imperial Spear. In an instant, the power of the Ice Imperial Seal rose to another level. The black jade skeleton's body was suddenly sealed in ice. Its entire body turned into ice crystals and was enveloped in a dark blue crystal-like hexahedron seal. Master, good job! On the other side, the skeletal division leader was overjoyed when it saw this. My black jade skeleton king, stop! The expression of the black-veiled woman changed dramatically as she roared in anger. Zhao Feng didn't move. With a wave of his hand, a dark blue ripple entered the crystal. Ice and water. The ripple turned into a blade of ice that sliced the black jade skeleton into several pieces. Because the black-veiled woman was controlling the black jade skeleton, the black jade skeleton struggled. Once there was a struggling object, it would be very difficult to put it into a storage item. This was a rule. Crack! Crack! The black jade skeleton broke into several pieces and was put into Zhao Feng's interspatial ring. The skeletal division leader only needed its Dao of bone anyways. Brat, you've ruined my 100 years of hard work. I'll make you wish for death. The black-veiled woman went crazy and lost her mind. How difficult was it to nurture a venerable realm ghost corpse? The nearby pirates were all dumbfounded. Within the blue lightning sea sky ship, the beautiful woman and the skeletal division leader were stunned. It's hard to find such a genius even in the 1,000 flowing islands and 2-star sects. The gentle and charming woman stared at the cold and resolute young man on the sea whale, and a few traces of admiration appeared on her face. Ja. The skeletal division leader turned into a flaming bone giant, and sent the black-veiled woman flying with a howl of death in flames around its arm. Wah! The black-veiled woman spat out a mouthful of blood. After losing the Black Jade Skeleton King, her battle power had decreased by 20 to 30%. At this point in time, the Skeletal Division leader was starting to suppress the two sovereigns with its 9 deadly in bone. Plop! 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 Zhao Feng's figure wobbled on the limitless ocean whale. His speed was extremely fast, and he soon killed all the pirates within 10 to 20 miles. The remaining pirates were scared out of their wits and had long since fled 100 miles away. Why is it like this? The expression of the captain of the Metal Triangle Pirates finally changed. A group that he didn't even put in his eyes had such shocking battle power. The Skeletal Division leader was fighting 2 sovereigns by itself. That youth casually slaughtered the pirates and froze and beheaded the venerable level Ink Jade skeleton. It's time to end this. Zhao Feng looked around and saw that there was no longer a single pirate nearby. When a pair of faint purple wings of wind and lightning formed behind Zhao Feng's back and created a strong gust of wind and lightning around him. Wings of wind and lightning. In just 1 or 2 blinks of an eye, Zhao Feng had returned to the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. Who near the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship, the wind and lightning yuan qi of heaven and earth formed a powerful intent at the origin core realm. Crack! Whoosh! A pair of wind-lightning wings that were dozens of feet long appeared above everyone's heads, surrounded by a powerful aura of purple destruction wind-lightning. The hearts of the 2 pirate leaders, who were currently fighting, the gentle-looking woman, and the others on the ship trembled, unable to react. Blade of purple destruction. A faint purple blade that was as thin as a cicada's wing condensed in Zhao Feng's palm. A layer of purple destruction wind-lightning appeared on its surface, and the aura of destruction was condensed. The moment Zhao Feng appeared, the blade of purple destruction had already finished forming and was ready to fire. Shwa! The blade of purple destruction slashed into the back of the woman's neck. Arg! The ugly black-veiled woman let out a blood-curdling scream. Her face was filled with terror and confusion. Not long ago, she had been heavily injured by the Skeletal Division leader and hadn't even calmed down. However, when the wings of wind and lightning brought Zhao Feng back, the attack had already been completed. The blade of purple destruction pierced through the white flames around the woman's body, and its power was extremely dim. However, the power of the destruction ultimacy contained in the purple destruction blade was enough to destroy the life force of the ugly black-veiled woman. Plop! The woman's body fell from the limitless ocean. The fierce-looking man who was fighting alongside her shuddered and sucked in a breath of cold air. The perfect combination of the wings of wind and lightning and the blade of purple destruction allowed Zhao Feng to unleash a reverse lightning slash. Chapter 583. The death of the black-veiled woman made the expression of the fierce-looking man change dramatically. What happened just then was too fast. No one would have thought that Zhao Feng would turn around so quickly. Furthermore, the instant the wings of wind and lightning appeared, Zhao Feng's blade of purple destruction slashed out. Even the Skeletal Division leader had an expression of disbelief. Zhao Feng turned around and killed a late-stage small origin core realm sovereign. In reality, the power of the blade of purple destruction itself could only threaten early-stage small origin core realms. Even middle-stage small origin core realms like the Skeletal Division leader and the fierce-looking man could threaten them, but the threat was much lower if they were on guard. However, for late-stage small origin core realms, the blade of purple destruction's threat was very limited. The reason why Zhao Feng succeeded was because of the combination of the blade of purple destruction and the wings of wind and lightning. Firstly, during the process of turning around, Zhao Feng's blade of purple destruction's power had reached its limit. Although Zhao Feng had only comprehended 20 to 30% of the purple destruction wind lightning, it had merged with the aura of the ancient dream realm, and contained the power of destruction. Its purity surpassed the wind lightning emperors. Secondly, the wings of wind and lightning had the effect of increasing the power of wind lightning. With the help of the wings of wind and lightning, Zhao Feng's speed was also shocking. Half of the reason for the black-veiled woman's death was due to negligence. Adding on the fact that he was injured by the skeletal division leader due to the loss of the black jade skeleton. Above the misty ocean, the battle between the two supremacies caused deafening explosions that shook the soul. How is this possible? The change in the situation below made the expressions of the Metal Triangle Captain change dramatically. The reason why the Metal Triangle Captain dared to force the Elder was because he had a group of powerful subordinates. And now, this advantage was quickly being destroyed by Zhao Feng. Ha! I didn't misjudge that brat. The black-robed elder, Gan Yun's third elder, laughed heartily, his face glowing red. His attacks became even more forceful as he tried to restrain the leader of the Iron Triangle tribe. He could not help but rejoice that he had made the right bet. Before working together, the elder had only sensed that Zhao Feng was not simple, but he had not expected such a pleasant surprise. After the death of the ugly black-veiled woman, there was no longer any suspense in the situation below. Purple Destruction Wind Lightning Whip! Zhao Feng urged the half-step Xinyan in his body, condensing a light purple chain light into a wind thunder whip in his hand. As it danced in the air, it left a trail of purple lightning in its wake. Amidst the explosions of wind and thunder, a destructive aura wreaked havoc. The purple destruction tempest whip wrapped around the fierce man, from behind, forming a pincer attack. Jia jia jia! On the other side, the skeletal division leader laughed, and increased the intensity of its attacks, forcing the fierce-looking man to cough out a mouthful of blood. The man panicked. Even in a one-on-one fight, he wasn't the skeletal division leader's match. Lao Feng's participation quickly forced the fierce-faced man into a desperate situation. Crackle! The purple destruction tempest whip transformed into an impenetrable net of wind and lightning that trapped the man. In just a short while, under the pincer attack of Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader, the male's body was scorched black and started to smoke. He was then sliced in half by the flaming bone giant that the skeletal division leader had turned into. Ha! Quick, quick! The black-robed old man high in the fog sea showed a gloating expression as he laughed loudly. The expression of the Metal Triangle Captain was grim as he glanced at Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader. Because of the existence of Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader, not only was he unable to take the limitless ocean whale, he had also suffered heavy losses. So, Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader didn't linger after killing the two sovereigns and continued toward the Metal Triangle Captain. You're courting death! The Metal Triangle Captain snickered coldly as his Great Origin Core Realm aura changed the environment. A battle between Great Origin Core Realms was a clash of heaven and earth. Normal sovereigns would be restricted if they got close. Ice Imperial Spear! Zhao Feng took out the main body of the Ice Imperial Spear, and a dark blue spear appeared in his hand. The body of the spear seemed to be made of crystal and radiated a dreamy light. With Zhao Feng's bloodline power and half-step origin core realm cultivation, he was able to easily take out the main body of the Ice Imperial Spear. On top of that, the Ice Imperial Spear's spirituality had awakened after absorbing the aura from the ancient dream realm. When shua as the Ice Imperial Spear moved, it created ice lotuses that looked like dark blue crystals. They radiated the forbidden power of an ancient frost, and everything in the surrounding void sea quickly froze. Boom! Boom! Even the shockwaves created by the Ice Imperial Spear were frozen by the Ice Imperial Spear's primordial Ice Imperial Spear. Without a doubt. After this breakthrough, Zhao Feng's overall strength increased dramatically, and the Ice Imperial Spear's spirituality had awakened, allowing it to unleash even more of the Ice Imperial Inheritance's power. Go! Zhao Feng pointed out, and the ice lotuses shot toward the captain of the Metal Triangle Captain. The power of the Ice Imperial Spear exploded and froze the area. Void Sky in Demonic Stab! The skeletal division leader returned to its normal state and threw out its earth-grade weapon. A dark silver bone pierced through the air and attacked the captain of the Metal Triangle Captain from the other side. Even the captain of the Metal Triangle captain, who was at the Great Origin Core realm, couldn't ignore the two powerful Earth-grade weapons. Pun! Crack! The power of the two Earth-grade weapons was torn apart by the dark metal blades around the captain of the Metal Triangle captain. Under normal situations, he wouldn't even put Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader in his eyes. However, his true opponent was the Elder at the Great Origin Core realm. The frost from the Ice Imperial Spear's explosion had reduced his speed to a certain extent. The Skeletal Division leader's 9 deadly Yin Bone also weakened his defense. These influences could not be ignored, and could even cause some trouble for the Iron Triangle Regiment commander, enough to break the balance. An Earth-grade weapon that's close to the middle tier. The captain of the Metal Triangle captain was furious. Even though he was at the Great Origin Core realm, he only had one Earth-grade weapon, which might not even be as good as the Skeletal Division leader's 9 deadly Yin Bone. At the same time, the Elder laughed, and used a powerful secret technique to attack the weakness of the captain of the Metal Triangle captain. Boom! The two sovereign lords clashed in the ocean of mist, and the shockwaves caused Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader to wobble. He's still a Great Origin Core realm after all. Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader could clearly feel the difference in strength between them and the Great Origin Core realm. Tongue! 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 The captain of the Metal Triangle captain was pushed back, and blood leaked from his mouth as he looked at Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader hatefully. Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader didn't hold back because of this, and their attacks became even fiercer. Boom! Boom! The attacks of 3 Origin Core realms chased after the captain of the Metal Triangle captain. Retreat! The captain of the Metal Triangle captain gritted his teeth as he looked at Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader. Brat, don't let me see you again! The captain of the Metal Triangle captain covered the retreat of the pirates. After chasing for several thousand miles, the captain of the Metal Triangle captain was injured, so the Elder didn't dare to push him too hard and gave up on the chase. He was still concerned about the value of the limitless ocean whale. Thank you for your trouble. The shirt-wearing old man was victorious, and his smile was very thick. Not long after, the three returned to the vicinity of the whale. Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader landed on the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. We won? The charming woman was overjoyed, her eyes glittering as she gazed at Zhao Feng with worship and adoration. Zhao Feng's contributions in defeating the Iron Horn pirates couldn't go unnoticed, and he even played a crucial role. Little friend, it's all thanks to you. If you have any requests, you can ask me, the old man said with a smile. He admired a genius like Zhao Feng, but at the same time, he was curious about his background. A genius like this definitely didn't have a simple background. Furthermore, both Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader had Earth-grade weapons. Senior is being too serious. If it wasn't for you, we would have probably died in the stomach of the whale in a few days. Zhao Feng said gratefully. Not only did he not make any requests, he even took the initiative to hand the whale over to the black-robed elder. We don't want a single cent of this limitless ocean whale. Just take it as repayment for your kindness. Zhao Feng said sincerely. When the three of them heard this, they felt somewhat embarrassed, so they tried to decline. After all, Zhao Feng had played a major role in pushing back the Iron Horn pirates. However, Zhao Feng's attitude was firm and he didn't want to touch the whale. This youth's background definitely isn't simple. He's most likely from a 2-star sect or even the spiritual sacred lands. The elder sighed as he watched the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship leave. It's unfortunate that I won't be able to meet another genius like him in my lifetime. The charming woman's face was filled with disappointment as she sighed in her heart. In the sect, she was the most sought-after daughter of the heavens. She was even a once-in-a-century genius in the island region. But that youth, from the beginning to the end, had never looked her in the eye. Let's do it. The elder led the two to start dissecting the whale's body. Because the body of the giant whale was too large, and to prevent any accidents, the three of them dissected the most valuable parts of the giant whale first. A while later, The elder entered the depths of the whale's body. Why don't I see the whale's heart? The black-robed elder was puzzled. Inside the whale's body, blood flowed like a river from an area of ice. The area where the layer of ice was frozen had obvious cut marks. This should be where the heart should be. The elder's expression changed and his heart skipped a beat. A bad premonition grew in his heart. He waved his hand and circulated his true yuan to melt the ice. In his vision, the area covered by the ice was empty, and it was as big as a palace. It was obvious that the whale's heart had been dug out. Could it be? A layer of haze appeared on the elder's face. In the next instant, boom! Boom! Blood spurted out from the hollowed-out heart, and a bloody light engulfed the elder. The heart was the center of the whale, and it was where the blood flowed. After the ice broke, the blood in the whale's body surged, and some of the blood vessels even exploded. A while later, poof! Covered in blood, the black-robed old man leaped out of the whale's body in a sorry state. Damned bastard! An enraged voice sounded across the limitless ocean, and the terrifying aura of a great origin core realm affected the environment. Chapter 584. In the Limitless Ocean. The Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship traveled 10,000 miles at its fastest speed before diving back into the limitless ocean. Zhao Feng ordered the Blue Sea Sky ship to dive deeper into the ocean and slightly change directions. Without a clear direction, trying to find a ship in the limitless ocean was like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Furthermore, this void ocean ship could travel deep into the sea, and it was also adept at disguising itself. Within the ship, Zhao Feng let out a breath. Master, as long as we set up the Ghost Corpse Cursed Array, we won't need to be scared of a great origin core realm's sovereign lord, the Skeletal Division leader said. Zhao Feng shook his head faintly. Try not to cause any trouble. Ever since he used the void space I slashed to force back Lord Hussaw, he felt a strong sense of danger. Furthermore, he didn't want to fight a great origin core realm's sovereign lord head-on. He wanted to escape. The previous clash showed that there was still a big difference between Zhao Feng and the Skeletal Division leader and a great origin core realm. Even if they set up the Ghost Corpse Cursed Array, it would take a lot of effort to defeat a great origin core realm. Skeletal Division leader, here's what you wanted. Zhao Feng waved his hand and handed a pile of jade-like bones to the Skeletal Division leader. These jade-like bones were part of the Sovereign Realm Dark Jade Skeleton. This bone indeed has the mystic black crystal bone merged into it, as well as some top-tier resources of the Tao of Ghost Corpses. The Skeletal Division leader was overjoyed. The mystic black crystal bone was a top-tier bone resource that was extremely hard to find in the Azure Flower continent. Thank you, Master. With the mystic black crystal bone, my bone-refining body will definitely become stronger. The Skeletal Division leader immediately went into seclusion after obtaining the materials. The environment within the 10,000 Ghost Pearl was suitable for ghost corpses, and it was also suitable for it. At the current stage, the Skeletal Division leader didn't need to refine ghost corpses, so it had more time to cultivate. Zhao Feng fell into deep thought. The Skeletal Division leader was still under his control, so it wasn't a big deal to increase its strength a bit more. On the other hand, he had the help of the Ancient Dream Realm and a large amount of resources from the Purple Saint Ruins. He didn't believe that the Skeletal Division leader would leave him far behind in terms of cultivation. Not to mention now, Zhao Feng had also obtained the Ocean Whale Heart Blood Essence, which increased his state of existence and his body by leaps and bounds. Half a day later, Zhao Feng felt the aura of a great origin core realm flash through the air, and it seemed to come from the Gone Cloud Third Elder. 1,000 miles away, in the void misty sea. Don't let me catch that cunning thief. The black-robed old man led two juniors through the limitless ocean. The two felt the terrifying aura and anger of a great origin core realm on the way, and their hearts jumped, but they didn't dare to say anything. However, the old man also knew that the chances of finding a ship aimlessly in the boundless void sea were extremely low. Whoosh! The aura of a great origin core realm traveled further and further away. Within the blue lightning sea sky ship, Zhao Feng and company couldn't help but sweat coldly. They didn't expect to almost bump into the old man. Several days later, the blue lightning sea sky ship traveled a bit more, and nothing happened. Zhao Feng felt that it was about time, so he told the blue lightning sea sky ship to go back into the limitless ocean. Captain, the blue lightning sea sky ship has been corroded by the slime for several months. Many parts are damaged, and the ship's speed and defense aren't as good as before. Lulan Jishui reported. This was the conclusion that Lulan Jishui and company came to after inspecting the ship. Can't we fix it? Zhao Feng's eyebrows furrowed. He found that the ship wasn't as fast as before. If they didn't fix it, the damage to the ship would continue to increase, and its performance would decrease. The limitless ocean ship is a huge machine that involves forging, arrays, and even metal. Even if we have the materials, we won't be able to fix it. Lulan Jishui shook her head. Some of the sailors on the blue lightning sea sky ship weren't professional sailors before, and they had only become qualified after getting used to it. However, it would be too harsh to ask them to fix the ship. We need to find a blacksmith in a nearby island or some other place to repair it. Lulan Jishui suggested. That's the only way. Zhao Feng sighed helplessly. His destination this time was the territory of another spirit realm Holy Land. The journey was extremely far. If one didn't have the help of an excellent ship, flying by oneself would not only be exhausting, but it would also waste a lot of cultivation time. So, even if he had to pay a price and waste some time, Zhao Feng had to fix the blue lightning sea sky ship. It's best if I can use this chance to increase the speed of the blue lightning sea sky ship. Zhao Feng made a decision. This way. Zhao Feng needed to find an island or a transfer station like the 8 Desolate Mountain in the 1,000 Flowing group to upgrade the blue sea sky ship. 1,000 Flowing Islands. A map appeared in Zhao Feng's mind. The 1,000 Flowing Islands was much bigger than the Tianlu Islands. According to the map, there were 3 island regions nearby, and 7 or 8 smaller regions that were similar to the 8 Desolate Mountain, scattered around. Void Ocean Spiritual Palace? Zhao Feng found a special place on the map. It was called the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. This mark was different from that of the other island regions and mini-regions. Void Ocean Spiritual Palace? What's that? Zhao Feng asked Lulan Jishui. Lulan Jishui also said she hadn't heard of it before. One of the old sailors exclaimed. The legendary Void Ocean Spiritual Palace? As for the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace, the old sailor quickly told him the relevant information. So, the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace was a high-end trading place on the limitless ocean. It was like a small supply point. Apparently, the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace has a high status in the limitless ocean, and it's controlled by the sacred land of spiritual realm. Not only do pirates not dare to come here, but even 1-star and 2-star sects don't dare to offend them. The old sailor's knowledge was limited. Sacred land of spiritual realm? Zhao Feng instantly understood that the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace wasn't a normal trading place. There were 3 sacred lands in the Tsing Ocean, the True Martial Spiritual Zone, the Floating Dreams Spiritual Zone, and the Myriad Forest Spiritual Zone. The sacred land of spiritual realm was a higher-level cultivation sacred zone that surpassed normal island zones. It was said that there were 3-star sects in the sacred land of spiritual realm. No wonder the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace had a special symbol on the map that the Purple Saint Partial Spirit had given him. Then let's try our luck at the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. Zhao Feng used the ship captain's movement technique to determine the direction. With their current speed, it would take them around 10 days to reach the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. Within the captain's room, Zhao Feng sat cross-legged as his consciousness entered the ancient metal ring, which contained the whale's heart. If the whale's heart is stored for a long time, it'll lose its life force. I need to extract the heart blood essence from it as soon as possible. Zhao Feng's eyes twinkled. Half a day later, The blue sea sky ship entered a quiet ocean, and Zhao Feng first scanned the area to make sure there weren't any powerful beasts nearby. Next, Zhao Feng took out the enormous whale's heart and extracted the heart blood essence. The skeletal division leader, the little thieving cat, Lulan Jishui, and company all participated. After all, the limitless ocean whale's state of existence was close to the void god realm, so its heart was extremely large and contained a lot of heart blood essence. Half a day later, the heart blood essence from the whale's heart was sucked out and put into a dark green gourd that Zhao Feng had prepared. This gourd was the green spiritual gourd that Zhao Feng had obtained from the giant scorpion cave. The emerald spiritual gourd was a kind of heaven and earth oddity. It was a strange item used to refine storage items. It could store all kinds of rare herbs and corrosive medicinal liquids. What was even more legendary was that it could store yuan souls. Legend said that a void god realm king placed his yuan soul in the green spiritual gourd at the brink of death. 100 years later, his yuan soul came out and was reborn. Zhao Feng soon used the green spiritual gourd to store all the heart blood essence. The green spiritual gourd had the ability to keep things fresh, so Zhao Feng didn't worry about putting the heart blood essence inside. Even Zhao Feng's last drop of elixir of life was inside. At this moment, the sailors looked at the green spiritual gourd with fiery eyes. "Everyone get a basin, and Vice Captain get a bucket." Zhao Feng smiled faintly. He estimated that there was enough heart blood essence to fill a small room. "Thank you, Captain." Lulan Jishui and company were filled with gratitude. To them, the heart blood essence was undoubtedly a legendary and precious sacred blood. Furthermore, the dead whale's state of existence far surpassed normal limitless ocean whales, so the heart blood essence would be even better. Even if it was just a basin of heart essence blood, if used sparingly, it could be rubbed all over the body, allowing the body to absorb it. It would have the effect of being reborn. Alternatively, the heart blood essence could be diluted and used multiple times. Lulan Jishui's state of existence and body would increase by leaps and bounds after being bathed in a large bucket of heart blood essence. The skeletal division leader in the 10,000 Ghost Pearl also received a bucket of heart blood essence, and when used together with the mystic black crystal bone, it would strengthen its bones. "Captain, if you have extra heart blood essence, you can merge it into the ship and make it more compatible with the limitless ocean. It will also have the aura of ancient beasts and will be able to repel some beasts," an old sailor suggested. "Okay, I'll think about it." Zhao Feng nodded his head. He could save this suggestion for when he was repairing the ship. Within the captain's room, Zhao Feng soaked in a bucket of heart blood essence and felt a warm sensation throughout his body. As time passed, the warmth became stronger and stronger until it became fiery hot. An hour later, Zhao Feng's entire body, including his internal organs, was being cleansed by an ancient lifeform's bloodline energy. Even though Zhao Feng's body was comparable to a sovereign, he still felt a fiery pain. However, at the same time, he felt his state of existence become stronger, and a numbing sensation spread throughout his body. If a normal true lord rank was showered in a bucket of heart blood essence, their entire body would probably suffer a heart-wrenching pain, and might even collapse and die. Luckily, the sailors diluted the heart blood essence, or used it several times. It could be said that everyone on the ship benefited from the heart blood essence. The weaker one's state of existence and cultivation, the better the effect. Chapter 585. Zhao Feng bathed in the heart blood essence and didn't move at all. His body absorbed the effects of the ancient lifeform's blood essence. In a short span of 3 days, he could feel that his life force and physique had already undergone a significant metamorphosis. At this moment, every inch of his body contained a powerful aura of life, and his senses were sharper. Compared to before, his entire body seemed to have changed. Meow meow! The little thieving cat leaned on Zhao Feng and absorbed the effects of the heart blood essence. D. There wasn't much ancient blood origin energy left in the bucket of heart blood essence. "So fast?" Zhao Feng was surprised. A bucket of heart blood essence was enough for the sailors to use for several months. Even the skeletal division leader within the 10,000 Ghost Pearl couldn't absorb as much as a third of Zhao Feng's. Zhao Feng's eyes twinkled as he glanced at the little thieving cat. Although the little thieving cat was small, at least half of the heart blood essence had been absorbed by it. Furthermore, not only did the little thieving cat absorb the heart blood essence, it would also absorb the remaining aura of the ancient dream realm when Zhao Feng entered the ancient dream realm. Shwa! Just like before, Zhao Feng entered the ancient dream realm once more. This time, the amount of time Zhao Feng lasted in the ancient dream realm broke the limit of 10 breaths. This was because Zhao Feng's state of existence had increased after being cleansed by the heart blood essence. The stronger one's state of existence was, the longer one could stay in the ancient dream realm. 9 breaths, 10 breaths, 11 breaths. Zhao Feng kept on breaking his record. What kind of existence is this? Is there something else in here? Zhao Feng stood in this desolate world. Every grain of dust and gravel here seemed to contain boundless power. Zhao Feng barely used his eyes to inspect the unique dimension that the ancient dream realm was in. Beneath his feet was a primitive and desolate land. He could see grass and trees in the distance. There seemed to be the sound of birds chirping and water flowing. Could there be living beings in this world? Zhao Feng was shocked. He found it hard to imagine just how powerful the beings that could survive in the ancient dream realm were. 12 breaths, 13 breaths, 15 breaths. Wow! Zhao Feng spat out a mouthful of blood. He had lasted 15 breaths of time. Inside the ship. You've improved a lot. Zhao Feng wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, feeling very satisfied. Then, he quickly absorbed the aura of the ancient dream realm. In reality, when he was in the ancient dream realm, his body was influenced by the heaven and earth aura of the ancient dream realm to a certain extent. Meow, meow. The little thieving cat excitedly absorbed the ancient dream realm aura. Gurgle. A man and a cat soaked in the heart blood essence and absorbed the effects of the ancient dream realm aura. On the same day, Zhao Feng and the little thieving cat finished absorbing the bucket of heart blood essence and the ancient dream realm aura. My state of existence and body are considered strong even amongst sovereigns. I'm close to a great origin core realm sovereign lord. Zhao Feng took a deep breath. When he finished the bucket of heart blood essence, there were only 1 or 2 sailors on the ship who hadn't even used 1/5 of their heart blood essence. However, even then, the state of existence of those 2 sailors was relatively low. Only by using the heart blood essence could they truly change their state of existence. One of the late-stage True Lord ranks had used 1/10 of Zhao Feng's heart blood essence, and his state of existence was close to the peak True Lord rank. If this continues, the state of existence of these sailors will at least reach the half-step origin core realm within a year. Zhao Feng clucked his tongue. Of course, the state of existence didn't represent one's cultivation. It was just a type of foundation. The stronger one's foundation was, the more potential they had. Furthermore, the lower the state of existence, the greater the increase in strength from using the heart blood essence. On the other hand, if one's cultivation was too high, such as the peak great origin core realm, the effect of using the heart blood essence would be minimal. For a void god realm king, using normal heart blood essence might have no effect at all. For the next 6 or 7 days, Zhao Feng and the little thieving cat used another 2 buckets of heart blood essence to enter the ancient dream realm. And this time, Zhao Feng lasted for 20 breaths in the ancient dream realm. Looks like my state of existence has increased again. I'll try to walk in the ancient dream realm when I can last 100 breaths. Zhao Feng judged. At the moment, Zhao Feng could only barely stand in the ancient dream realm and endure the terrifying pressure of this mysterious dimension. It was very difficult for him to do anything else. As for walking, Zhao Feng didn't dare to think about it. It was like a person carrying a giant rock on their back. Being able to stand was already difficult, and if they tried to walk, they might be crushed to the ground. Therefore, Zhao Feng set a goal for himself. He would try to walk in the ancient dream realm when he could last 100 breaths. Whoosh! The blue lightning sea sky ship sped through the limitless ocean. More than 10 days had passed since the heart-blood essence was extracted. The sailors had all used the heart-blood essence, and their state of existence had increased by leaps and bounds. They were obviously stronger than Zhao Feng and Lulan Jishui. Furthermore, the skeletal division leader within the 10,000 Ghosts Pearl was also becoming stronger after absorbing the heart-blood essence and the mystic black crystal bone. Master, I'll probably need to enter seclusion for 2 or 3 months and try to break through to the late-stage small origin core realm. The skeletal division leader's voice sounded. Zhao Feng's heart shook. He didn't think that the skeletal division leader would become so strong that it would even try to break through to the late-stage small origin core realm. He didn't stop it, and instead gave it another bucket of heart-blood essence. Captain, the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship has been damaged over the past few days, and its speed and performance have decreased, Lulan Jishui reported. Hearing that, Zhao Feng's eyebrows furrowed. The Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship needed to be repaired as soon as possible. Luckily, we'll be able to reach the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace in another day or 2, Lulan Jishui added. Void Ocean Spiritual Palace, don't disappoint me. The map of the 1,000 Flowing Islands zone appeared in Zhao Feng's mind. There was only one Void Ocean Spiritual Palace in the entire island zone. The neighboring Tianlu Island zone and the Azure Island zone where the Azure Flower continent was located also only had one. The Void Ocean Spiritual Palace on the map was a special mark that was even more eye-catching than some of the islands. Of course, the most eye-catching part of the Tseng Ocean was the 3 spiritual sacred lands. These lines! Zhao Feng found that there were a few lines on the map that connected to each other. For example, the 3 spiritual sacred lands were connected to each other by a special line that formed a triangle. Apart from that, there were also some special places that were connected to each other. True Martial Sacred Land. Zhao Feng also found that there was a faint red line with a small cross in the middle between the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace and the True Martial Sacred Palace. Just as he was studying the map, suddenly, a vague sense of danger expanded in his soul, becoming stronger and clearer than before. The eye of death intent in his soul jumped. Pun! 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 Zhao Feng couldn't help but take a deep breath when he felt the god's spiritual eye jump. The danger is closer than before. Zhao Feng obviously knew what this meant. Under normal situations, when the ship was in the deep ocean or the Purple Saint ruins, the sense of danger would be weakened. Zhao Feng judged. This sense of danger was related to distance. If they were in a special place, it would also be affected. At the same time, in the faraway part of the limitless ocean, a cold, black metal ship was traveling across the limitless ocean. In terms of size, this ship was 100 times the size of the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. In terms of speed, it was also 100 times faster than normal ships. Whoosh as the black metal sailboat shuttled back and forth, a terrifying aura of death lingered around it, blotting out the sky. Wherever the death sailboat passed, the nearby sea creatures, including the pirates and merchant groups that passed by, shuddered in fear. Watch out! It's the ship of the dead. A void god realm existence from a nearby 2-star sect sensed it, and immediately went on alert. In an ancient room on the ship of the dead. Sai, we can use the teleportation array from the 10,000 Forest Sacred Land to the True Martial Sacred Land and save a lot of time. However, we still have a long journey ahead of us in Spirit Realm's territory. The warm youth sighed in boredom. The True Martial Sacred Land is fun. Senior brother, why don't you take me out for a few more days? The white-eyed little girl said with a bitter expression. 2 figures, one tall and one short, walked out of the room and stood at the edge of the ship. After we finish the mission, I'll take you out. But if we don't finish the mission, Master's efforts will be wasted, and we won't be able to report back, the warm youth said. Mission? The white-eyed little girl paused. Although her cultivation hadn't changed much over the past half a year, her state of existence had reached the true lord rank and could adapt to the limitless ocean. The warm youth's gaze landed on the white-eyed little girl and didn't hide the curiosity on his face. The Emperor of Death didn't just have one or two disciples. But the sunny youth had never seen his master indulge a disciple in such a manner. He gave them so many resources and yet didn't give them any cultivation inheritances. Schwa! 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 The white-eyed little girl bit her lips as she held a pen and started to draw something. The warm youth casually glanced over. The white-eyed little girl seemed to be drawing a large ocean creature. "Senior brother, will you listen to me and take me out to play after we finish the mission?" the white-eyed little girl said innocently. "Of course." The sunny young man grinned. The smile on his face was warm and had a kind of positive energy. He even used his hand to rub the little girl's nose. "Humph, you'll keep your promise." The white-eyed little girl gave the finished drawing to the warm youth. "This is—" The warm youth looked at the drawing in his hand. The content on the screen was not exquisite. In fact, it was crude and immature. However, the warm youth could still see a large whale with blood flowing like a river. It was obviously dead. What was worth mentioning was that, inside the giant whale's body, its heart had been hollowed out. "Limitless ocean whale!" The warm youth's eyes flashed as he looked deeply at the little girl. "Give me a map. Where are the limitless ocean whale tribes in the dozens of island zones? Look for the corpses of the sea whales whose organs have been dug out." Chapter 586. 2 days later. The Blue Lightning Sea Sky's ship had already slowed down as it approached its destination. Within the captain's room, Zhao Feng opened his eyes and wiped the blood from his mouth. The little thieving cat on his shoulder absorbed the remaining aura from the ancient dream realm. Over the past dozen or so days, Zhao Feng had used 2 to 3 barrels of heart blood essence and entered the ancient dream realm a few times. His state of existence and body had increased by leaps and bounds compared to before he used the heart blood essence. Now, Zhao Feng's state of existence and body were almost the same as a great origin core realm sovereign lord. Because of his strong state of existence and body, Zhao Feng's bloodline power had become thicker. Of course, part of this was due to the aura from the ancient dream realm. The little thieving cat had also benefited, but the cat's body hadn't changed much. Even Zhao Feng couldn't see through it. "Right now, my strongest point is my state of existence and body, followed by my soul power and mental energy intent, which are comparable to the small origin core realm. Finally, my true yuan cultivation." Zhao Feng felt a little weird. In the past, he specialized in mental energy, and he didn't have any advantage in terms of body power. But today, his state of existence and body far surpassed his cultivation, intent, and soul power. However, the path of cultivation was about changing one's state of existence again and again. From the consolidated realm to the ascended mortality realm, it was the tempering of the physical body of ordinary living beings. From Hotian to Xiantian, it unearthed the limits of human potential. From the ascended realm to the true spirit realm, one's state of existence would increase from the ascended realm to the true spirit realm, allowing one to truly connect with the power of heaven and earth. Once one reached the true spirit realm, they would be able to live for 200 to 300 years. From the true spirit realm to the origin core realm, one's state of existence and power would increase by leaps and bounds. According to what Zhao Feng knew, those at the origin core realm had a lifespan of 500 to 800 years. Although Zhao Feng hadn't reached the origin core realm yet, his state of existence and body were comparable to those at the great origin core realm. This meant that he had several hundred years of lifespan left. "Captain, according to the map you provided, we're almost at our destination." Lulan Jishui's voice sounded. "Yes." Zhao Feng walked out of the captain's cabin and stood on the observation deck, gazing into the distance. The void fog sea was simply too vast. Although the markings on the map seemed small, they were actually very large. Like now. According to the map, the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace had to be within tens of thousands of miles of the Void Ocean. Zhao Feng didn't dare to use the god's spiritual eye, so he ordered the crew to search within a few hundred miles. The Blue Lightning Sea Sky ships slowly sailed through the mist. Whoosh! At a certain moment in time, the aura of an Origin Core Realm sovereign flashed above everyone. The crew members of the Blue Sea Sky ship were instantly on guard. The newcomer was a middle-aged man in a loose purple robe. He glanced at the Blue Sea Sky ship below, and slowed down slightly. This person did not linger, and quickly tore through the sky. After a while. So. The sound of something tearing through the air came closer. A half-step Origin Core Realm, and 2 peaked True Lord ranks flew in the same direction. I heard that 2 geniuses from the true martial sacred land appeared at the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace and easily defeated a few core disciples of the Luoxian sect, including one of the 6 great geniuses of the island's zone, Puing Yun. Luoxian clan? That's one of the 5 2-star sects of the Thousand Flowing Islands zone. The 6 great geniuses of the Thousand Flowing Islands zone are all at the Origin Core Realm. That's right. I heard that Puing Yun wasn't even able to block 3 moves. The 3 didn't fly very fast, and they chatted and laughed. The 3 glanced at the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship and sped through the air. Towards the direction of those 3. Zhao Feng had the state of existence of a great Origin Core Realm, so his senses were extremely sharp. Even if he didn't purposefully, he could hear anything within 10 miles. Let's go. Now that the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship had a clear direction, the crew sped up. So, a limitless ocean ship about the same size as the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship flew over. Isn't that a pirate ship? Zhao Feng glanced at the pirate ship. There were several dozen figures on it, all of them vicious and vicious. They were clearly not ordinary sailors. This pirate ship was overseen by a one-eyed venerable. He was also standing on the observation deck. The one-eyed leader of the pirate ship glanced at the void ship below, and couldn't help but reveal a strange expression. He scanned the ship with his spiritual sense, and found that the captain of this ship was only a youth at the half-step Origin Core Realm. Furthermore, from the looks of it, this ship seemed to be made for the pirates. Boss, should we help? A pirate who had lost an arm laughed sinisterly. We're about to enter the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. There are many experts nearby, so don't cause trouble. The one-eyed pirate leader felt some fear in his heart, so he shook his head regretfully. So this pirate ship madly flew over Zhao Feng's head, its unbridled laughter echoing through the air. Zhao Feng couldn't help but be surprised. From the looks of it, there were all kinds of people heading toward the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. They flew for another 1,000 miles. There were many experts nearby, including the limitless ocean ships. Sovereigns weren't rare, and there was even the aura of a great Origin Core Realm. Look! A crew member exclaimed in a low voice. A ball of blue light appeared in the sea of mist in front of him. In their vision, the ball of blue light became bigger and bigger, and it was extremely beautiful. So. Many experts nearby, including some void ships, flew towards the blue glassy ball of light. As they got closer, the ball of blue light became bigger and clearer, and the outline of a palace appeared. There seemed to be a wall around the palace. It looked like a palace or a castle. The blue ball of light seemed to be a barrier, similar to the outer layer of the 8 desolate mountain. Is this the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace? Zhao Feng and company stood on the watchtower and inspected the area. Whoosh! The nearby experts all flew into the palace's silhouette in the blue glazed ball of light. Different from the 8 desolate mountain, the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace was sealed, and there were only a few entrances. From the looks of it, the shape of the palace was only a few hundred yards wide, but there was another world inside. Not long after, Zhao Feng and company approached the ball of blue light. Passing through the ball of blue light, Zhao Feng had a weird feeling as a surge of heaven-earth yuan qi surged toward him. Shwa! The shape of the palace became bigger and bigger, and it looked like a world of palaces and walls. How is this a palace? Zhao Feng and company were dumbfounded. Rather than calling it a palace, it was more like a spiritual city in the Void Ocean that was connected by many palaces. Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. 4 words glittering with blue light were carved into the walls of the palace, and they radiated a limitless aura. This void ocean spiritual palace is indeed not simple. As Zhao Feng stared at those words, he felt a soul-piercing pressure. Furthermore, the higher one's mental energy was, the stronger this feeling was. He was certain that the words were carved by at least a void god realm king. Whoosh! 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 The experts from the other zones all took out a token and passed through the entrance of the palace. At the entrance, there was a total of 8 small origin core realms guarding the place, and they radiated a powerful aura that intimidated all the people entering. Wait! Zhao Feng put the blue lightning sea sky ship away and had the sailors follow. Captain, we seem to need a special token to enter, Lulan Jishui said. There was a side hall at the entrance, and it was used to get tokens to enter the spiritual palace. When Zhao Feng and company arrived, there was a long line in front of them. 1 void ocean token costs 100 high-grade primal crystal stones, and it costs 10 high-grade primal crystal stones every day. An old man with a mustache said impatiently. 10 high-grade primal crystal stones every day? This is daylight robbery. 10 high-grade primal crystal stones is equivalent to 100,000 low-grade primal crystal stones. That's equivalent to 10 million substandard primal crystal stones. Several true lord ranks said unhappily. In the outside world, the basic unit of currency was the low-grade primal crystal stones. As for substandard primal crystal stones, they were usually only used by those of the lower realms. Primal crystal stones were split into substandard, low, middle, high, and peak grade. 100 high-grade primal crystal stones equals 10,000 middle-grade primal crystal stones equals 1,000,000 low-grade primal crystal stones equals 100 million substandard primal crystal stones. The requirement isn't low. 1 void ocean token costs 100 high-grade primal crystal stones, which is equivalent to 1,000,000 normal primal crystal stones or 100 million substandard primal crystal stones. Lulan Jishui and company felt weak. Of course. 1,000,000 low-grade primal crystal stones wasn't a big number for those at the true lord rank. The monthly payment that Zhao Feng gave them was far more than that. However, just the entrance fee alone was too extravagant. Humph. What do you newbies know? The cost of a void ocean token isn't just 100 high-grade primal crystal stones, and it can be used in any void ocean spiritual palace. The spiritual palace itself is a dimension created by humans, and the amount of primal crystal stones used to maintain it is enough to buy a half-star sect. The mustached old man snickered coldly. Some of the newcomers who had just arrived, despite their complaints, still paid for the expensive entrance fee. 11 people. Zhao Feng didn't waste any time. 11 people? The mustached old man scanned over Zhao Feng and company and found that there were only 10 people, but he didn't pursue the matter. Zhao Feng, Lulan Jishui, and 8 other sailors. Each token was just a certificate, and one could enter a name or code name. There was no need to enter their real name. The 11th token was prepared by Zhao Feng for the skeletal division leader. Zhao Feng entered the code name, Skeleton. At the same time, Zhao Feng paid 2 months' worth of time for each token. The mustached old man couldn't help but glance at Zhao Feng. Applying for more than 10 tokens in one go and paying 2 months' worth of fees at once was not something an ordinary powerhouse could easily afford. The people in line couldn't help but look at Zhao Feng with a weird gaze. After receiving the token, Zhao Feng led the way and passed through the entrance of the hall. So Zhao Feng's group of 10 entered the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. What was reflected in front of him was a prosperous and colorful world. Chapter 587. From the outside, the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace looked like it was formed by many palaces connected together. It was surrounded by a layer of blue light, like a sapphire. But when one entered the spiritual palace, they found that it was a beautiful half-sealed spiritual city. The space within the spiritual palace was countless times bigger than it looked on the surface. At least, the canopy great country couldn't be compared to it. So. In that giant city, Inside the spirit palace, colorful figures of experts were flying in the sky, including some giant flying spirit pets and ships of different sizes. Some of the larger ships were more than 10 times the size of the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship and could carry several hundred people. Within the half-sealed spiritual city, one could see some large buildings and palaces guarded by the spiritual palace. Apart from that, there were shops of different styles and sizes throughout the spiritual palace. In some bustling markets, there were many private stalls selling and trading. These stallholders were experts from all over the world. The bustling market area was bustling with people, and it was noisy. Every area of the Spirit Hall's giant city was surrounded by forests, mountains, and rivers. The scenery was pleasant, and the blue, hazy sky above their heads allowed them to vaguely see the situation of the void sea. The sailors were dazed as they looked at the scene in front of them. The space within the void ocean's spiritual palace can only be bigger than the Purple Saint ruins. Xiao Feng sighed and felt an aura similar to the Purple Saint ruins. There were obviously some similarities between the void ocean spiritual palace and the Purple Saint ruins. One of them was that the space inside the two was artificially created, not naturally formed spaces. The difference was obvious. The Purple Saint ruins was a sealed inheritance dimension and had the ability to operate on its own. It usually didn't need primal crystal stones. On the other hand, the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace was a man-made mini-domain that needed a large amount of primal crystal stones to operate. As long as there were primal crystal stones, the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace would last forever. Of course, no matter what level it was, the ability to create space was something others couldn't compare to. The quality of the Yuan Qi in the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace is many times stronger than our 8 desolate mountain. It's probably comparable to the 3 sacred lands. Lulanji's eyes were filled with shock. She was immersed in the grand and dazzling scene. The spiritual hall didn't seem big, but it was so prosperous. It was several levels higher than the supply and transfer stations in the 8 desolate mountain. To put it simply, this was the trade center where the experts from the outer realms converged. It was the high-end trading area of the Void Sea. Captain, this seems to be your first time entering the Void Ocean Spirit Palace? If you have any requests, Little Horse can be of service to you. I guarantee that you will be unimpeded in the Spirit Hall and won't suffer any losses. A respectful voice sounded. Xiao Feng stopped in his tracks and sized up the handsome young man in front of him. The youth rode on a snow-white flying horse. His eyes were bright and clean as he smiled and bowed. His eyes didn't look at the experts in the crowd, including some sovereigns at the Origin Core realm. They only focused on Xiao Feng. Pony? How much do you charge here? Xiao Feng muttered this youth's name with interest. The other's age was similar to his, but he was already at the late-stage True Lord rank. However, this wasn't the point of his interest. The handsome youth who called himself Pony seemed to be a guide. It was obvious that he wasn't simple to survive in a place like the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. Pony is my nickname. Captain, you must have a request for coming to the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. This lowly one can guide the way for you and assist you. As for the fee, it's all up to you. The handsome young man had a warm smile on his face. He bowed slightly and only used the corner of his eyes to inspect the youth captain. In reality, Pony's heart was filled with nervousness and uneasiness. Although the customer in front of him wasn't an Origin Core realm sovereign, his instincts told him that this was a rich and important guest. As early as when this group of people were handling the Void Sea Medallion, Xiao Ma had targeted the young captain. Sure. We'll both take what we need. Xiao Feng paused for a moment. As for how much, it'll depend on how much you bring me. Thank you, sir. Pony let out a long breath as if he had been pardoned. Captain, what do you need from the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace? Pony can help you. Pony wiped the sweat off his forehead and followed behind Xiao Feng like a follower. Take me around first. Xiao Feng didn't reply immediately. He didn't seem to be in a rush. Yes, sir. Please follow me. Little Ma led Xiao Feng and company around the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace with a warm expression. The first thing that came into view was the majestic and luxurious palaces and pavilions. They were very tall and were basically all guarded by the guards of the spiritual hall. Sir, please take a look. These pavilions guarded by guards are the official trading places of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. They handle more than 90% of the trades on the Void Ocean, such as techniques, legacies, spirit pills, treasures, flying beasts, divine weapons, ship construction, tea houses, inns, bodyguards. Pony started to introduce them. Official? Zhao Feng suddenly understood that the owners of the buildings guarded by the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace were the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. More accurately speaking, it was the spiritual sacred lands. The official trading places are fair and don't have any scams. The downside is that the prices are slightly higher than the market price, Pony commented. After that, Zhao Feng's gaze landed on some of the private shops that didn't have any guards guarding them. These shops and industries also include all kinds of things, and they're rather formal. Some of them aren't any smaller than the governments. Most of them were backed by powerful families and forces. There are even 2-star sects involved, Pony continued. While flying, there was some scenery of birds chirping and fragrant flowers interspersed everywhere. Those who set up shops are restricted to the free market. These are all private trades between sellers and buyers, and they're all messy. They're not guaranteed, but they're free. The group arrived at the free market. The free market was filled with the sounds of people haggling and selling, as if it was a market. Most of the people here were at the true lord rank. There were some at the half-step origin core realm and some at the small origin core realm. There were even some great origin core realm sovereign lords who entered the free market to try their luck. If you're lucky, you might even be able to find a divine weapon at a sky-high price in the free bazaar, Xiaoma said cheerfully. There's all sorts of people in such a messy place. What kind of treasures can you get? Lulan Jishui said noncommittally. Her gaze mostly lingered on the official trading area or some large trading shops. Miss, you're wrong. Little Ma shook his head and said in a mysterious tone. 10 years ago, there was a Lord Reverend who used 100 upper-grade primal crystal stones to find half of an ancient treasure called the Heavenly Heart Divine Pendant in the free market. The value of this item far exceeds that of an ordinary Earth-rank divine weapon. Later on, the sovereign used half of the Heavenly Heart Divine Pendant to cultivate for several years and broke through to the Void God Realm King level. This shocked the nearby island zones and even the spiritual sacred land. Ancient item, Heavenly Heart Divine Pendant. Zhao Feng's heart moved. He didn't expect such an item to exist in the world. The earliest era of this world was the Ancient Era. After the Ancient Era and the Ancient Era, the Fan Universe was formed. The Primordial Era was the period closest to the time before the Primordial Era was shattered. Some of the natural treasures left behind from that era had all sorts of legends. Meow meow. At some point, the little thieving cat was sitting on Zhao Feng's shoulder, its eyes rolling around. What's that place for? Some of the crew members cast their gazes towards an enormous arena. The scale was 10 times larger than the Azure Flower Continent's deity and ghost arena. The arena was several hundred miles wide. There were some arenas in the center, and the surroundings were filled with spectator stands. That's the Void Ocean Arena. It's held by the Spiritual Hall. There are usually friendly sparring, gambling matches, and even life and death battles. It's often used to resolve conflicts. Pony smiled and said. At this moment, in the Void Ocean Arena, the primal chi of heaven and earth shook, and light and shadows flickered. A battle between sovereigns. Zhao Feng could only see the light and aura of the battle, but he couldn't see the details. 2 geniuses from the true martial sacred land have entered the Void Ocean Arena, causing it to become very popular. Recently, just by collecting the entrance fee, the arena has earned a huge amount of primal crystal stones. Pony sighed. Geniuses from the true martial sacred land? Lulan Jishui and the crew felt a deep sense of respect and even a strong sense of curiosity. There were 3 spiritual sacred lands in the Sun Ocean. They were legendary places that shocked the 8 seas. Only the spiritual sacred lands can give birth to 3-star sects. Xiao Feng couldn't help but be curious about how strong the geniuses from the spiritual sacred lands were. Up until now, he had only interacted with 2.5-star geniuses from 2-star sections. In reality, people like Lu Tianyi weren't the head disciples of the Pure Moon spiritual sect. After all, there was an age limit to the Purple Saint ruins. Xiao Feng had never interacted with peak stage 2-star and 3-star sections. As far as he knew, the difference in strength between sects could be 10 times stronger. For example, the difference between a normal 2-star and a peak stage 2-star sect. The Scarlet Moon demonic religion was able to fight against the 10 great sects of the continent. "Captain, if you're interested, you can go in and have a look," Pony suggested. "Sure. Let us see the geniuses of the spiritual sacred land." Xiao Feng was just curious. Whoosh! 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 The blue lightning sea sky ship flew toward the Void Ocean Arena under Little Ma's lead. Suddenly, when they got close to the Void Ocean Arena, Xiao Feng's god's spiritual eye and bloodline trembled slightly. As soon as Xiao Feng and company entered the arena, many people flew toward the Void Ocean Arena. One of them was a great Origin Core Realm sovereign lord with a male and female following behind him. The male was handsome, and the female was charming. "Yes, I came to the Void Ocean Spirit Palace this time to deal with the giant sea whale's corpse and broaden your horizons. After all, even I'm interested in the geniuses of the spiritual sacred land." The dark-robed supremacy smiled as he stroked his beard. Chapter 588. The Void Ocean Arena was a sealed area that was made of a special stone crystal. Furthermore, the entire arena was protected by a large array. Even a great Origin Core Realm sovereign lord wouldn't be able to damage it. There were some guards of the spiritual hall at the entrance. 50 primal crystal stones will be deducted from each person. The entrance fee was enough to make some cultivators go bankrupt. Xiao Feng and company had Void Ocean tokens that contained a certain number of primal crystal stones, so they could be deducted. Xiao Ma, who was leading the way, felt slightly pained, so he also deducted his primal crystal stones. "That brat has already won 29 battles. Let's keep going and tire him out. That's 1 to 25. My 500 high-grade primal crystal stones." In the arena, there were loud shouts and cries, accompanied by some sorrowful wails. There were a total of 8 arenas in the arena. Most of the spectators were gathered on the east side of the arena. The spectator stands nearby were already filled to the brim. "He's a genius from the true martial sacred land? He's only in his early 20s, but he's already at the Origin Core Realm." Everyone's gazes landed on the short-haired youth on the eastern arena. The short-haired youth wore pure black robes, and his appearance was extremely ordinary. He wouldn't be eye-catching in the crowd. However, on this stage where numerous Xenorace experts were gathered, his every move was the focus of attention, and it caused some young girls to think highly of him. "This is a genius from the true martial sacred land?" Lulan Jishui felt slightly disappointed at first glance. In her mind, a genius from a sacred land of spirit realms should be tall and valiant, cold and extraordinary, or domineering and arrogant. However, the short-haired youth in front of her wasn't tall, and he was even slightly skinny. "Senior Marshal Brother Chen, the opponents outside the sacred land aren't challenging at all." The short-haired youth had an unwilling expression as he looked toward a tall and skinny youth on the southern arena. "You weren't proficient enough in the moves just now, or else you could have finished the battle faster." The tall and skinny youth shook his head faintly. The short-haired youth and the tall and skinny youth were both geniuses from the true martial sacred land. The tall and skinny youth had the cultivation of a great Origin Core Realm, so no one challenged him. The short-haired youth had the lowest cultivation, and he was only at the early stages of the small Origin Core Realm. "The 30th match," one of the judges said. On the eastern side, there were 4 great Origin Core Realm sovereign lord judges. From this, one could see the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace placed great importance on the eastern arena. "Quack! Little boy! Let me, Ma Feiyan, Have a taste of your holy land's supreme technique. An unprepossessing old man in rags jumped onto the stage with a bamboo pole in his hand. Ma Feiyun. It's actually the pirate leader who ran amok for a period of time. This Ma Yunfei is only at the peak late-stage small origin core realm. However, something happened while I was exploring the forbidden area of the deep sea, and my cultivation dropped to the middle stage small origin core realm. Some of the spectators recognized Ma Yunfei. Even though Ma Yunfei had fallen to the middle stages of the small origin core realm, he wasn't someone of the same cultivation as him could be compared to. Sky Limitless Shadow Stick. Ma Yunfei immediately activated the Earth-grade divine weapon in his hand. The seemingly ordinary bamboo pole transformed into a vast sea of bamboo shadows that stretched out without end and covered the heavens and the earth, and it carried a ghastly and merciless aura of swallowing everything. Earth-grade divine weapon. Earth-grade battle technique. Zhao Feng's heart shook slightly. He was sure that Ma Yunfei's strength wasn't any weaker than the late-stage small origin core realm pirate leader from before. In fact, Ma Yunfei was even more vicious. The skeletal division leader might be able to beat him in a one-on-one fight, but it would probably take at least 100 moves. Old man, your tricks aren't enough in the spiritual sacred land. The short-haired youth's mouth twitched. Heaven's star-shattering technique. The short-haired youth didn't retreat or give way. He punched out again and again, causing the air to rumble. Hundreds and thousands of fist lights and astral winds tore through the sky. Their momentum was majestic, and they had a terrifying aura that could shatter the heavens. Boom! Boom! Ma Yunfei's sea of bamboo shadows and forest shadows were peeled off layer by layer, as if they were bearing the impact of meteors weighing millions of kilograms. This brat. Ma Yunfei was pushed back. He suddenly realized that his several hundred years of battle experience wasn't of any help in front of his opponent's fists. Every time the short-haired youth punched out, there seemed to be boundless pressure surging over, and there was also an ancient and tyrannical aura. Every punch pressed down on his body and soul. Boom! Ma Yunfei's body was suddenly hit by a fist light that was propelled by 100 meters of astral wind, and his body was sent flying. Wah! The instant he landed, Ma Yunfei spat out a mouthful of blood, and several of his bones were broken. What's going on? He didn't even last 10 moves. The pirate leader who dominated the world was defeated so quickly? The crowd gasped in surprise. The audience felt that the short-haired youth's strength wasn't that terrifying, but his opponent had been so carelessly defeated. Strong. Even a late-stage small origin core realm wouldn't be able to last 10 or 20 moves against this youth. Although Zhao Feng didn't use his god's spiritual eye, his state of existence was at the great origin core realm, so his senses were sharp. In reality, only the sovereign lords at the great origin core realm could sense the true power of the short-haired youth's bloodline skill. He's already won 30 battles. The spectators were waiting for a new challenger. At this moment in time, the odds of the short-haired youth winning increased to 1 to 28. In other words, as long as the opponent won 1 primal crystal stone could win 28 primal crystal stones. Furthermore, the odds would continue to increase as the short-haired youth won. Whoosh! Whoosh! Right at this moment, 2 powerful auras flashed through the air and headed toward the eastern arena. This brat. Leave him to me. Ha! I bet 100,000 high-grade primal crystal stones on myself. If I win, I'll get several million high-grade primal crystal stones. The 2 auras had both reached the late-stage small origin core realm. One of them was a purple-armored male, and the other was a chubby middle-aged man. Number 31 and 32 are challenging each other. They're both late-stage small origin core realms, and one of them seems to be at the peak late-stage small origin core realm. The excitement of the spectators was ignited once more. These 2 opponents were obviously stronger than the previous ones. The chubby middle-aged man was at the peak late-stage small origin core realm, and he would become a great origin core realm sovereign lord with just one more step. Boring. The short-haired youth's mouth twitched. How about this? You fight both of them. The odds are the same. The other genius from the sacred land, the tall and skinny youth, laughed and said, "Ah? 1 versus 2? A few of the referees were astonished. After all, the spiritual hall was the banker, and if they lost, they would lose a lot. Their gazes landed on a black-skinned elder. This person was obviously the person in charge of the arena, and his aura was close to the void god realm. Sure. The black-skinned elder gave the tall and skinny youth a deep glance. Ha ha ha, that's a bit challenging. You two can come at me together. The short-haired youth laughed. What? 1 versus 2? Everyone paused, and the crowd broke into an uproar. Quick! Place your bets. At this moment, the short-haired youth's odds were 1 to 30. This was insane. More and more people started to place their bets. After all, there were 2 late-stage small origin core realms, and one of them was even at the peak stage. Heaven's spirit-shattering star technique. The short-haired youth was filled with battle intent, and his fists became more condensed as wisps of an ancient bloodline aura appeared. Sky-changing 9 swords. 10 directions supreme fist. The purple-armored male and the chubby-faced middle-aged man attacked with mockery in their eyes. As soon as the 2 of them appeared, they joined hands and attacked together. Their attacks were interlocked, supporting each other as they attacked continuously. I remember now! Those 2 are the 2 despairs of the Purple Sovereign, and they specialize in teamwork. They once fought against the great Origin Core Realm's Sovereign Lord together. 2 despairs of the Purple Sovereign? It's those 2! The crowd of spectators became even more excited. The 2 despairs of the Purple Sovereign. The purple-armored male and the chubby-faced middle-aged man were a team that always worked together. The battle power of the 2 despairs of the Purple Sovereign is close to the great Origin Core Realm when they team up. Zhao Feng clucked his tongue. Without using his god's spiritual eye and the 100 cursed corpse curses, he was most likely not their match. Even with the skeletal division leader, he only had a 50-50 chance of winning. After all, the 2 despairs of the Purple Sovereign complemented each other, and they both had Earth-grade weapons. Bam! The battle on the arena started to clash. Although the short-haired youth's techniques were extremely profound, the difference in cultivation was too big. Under normal circumstances, the difference in true yuan between an early-stage small origin core realm and a late-stage small origin core realm was 2 or 3 times stronger. This brat's not bad. He's still so strong against the 2 of us. Unfortunately, his cultivation isn't high enough. If he was at the middle-stage small origin core realm, we might be the ones to lose. The 2 despairs of the Purple Sovereign revealed a faint smile. They weren't in a rush to win, and just wanted to wear down the short-haired youth's true yuan. Humph! The short-haired youth's expression became grim. He couldn't suppress the 2 anymore. Open! The short-haired youth waved his arms, and an ancient bloodline aura surged from his body. Suddenly, a layer of dark and ancient markings condensed on his skin and flesh. It seemed like the skin of some sort of savage creature. It was thick and hard, like skin yet not skin, like scales yet not scales, and even had the texture of a carapace. Junior Marshal Brother Jiang, don't! The expression of the tall, skinny youth changed dramatically. That bloodline aura! The 2 despairs of the Purple Sovereign felt like they couldn't breathe, and their bloodlines started to tremble. Whoosh! The 2's attacks still engulfed the short-haired youth. The short-haired youth was still circulating the bloodline power in his body, so he didn't even try to dodge or defend. Arg! Everyone exclaimed. They couldn't bear to watch. Rumble! The short-haired youth didn't move at all. He stood there like a desolate beast and radiated a desolate aura. Shwa! A fingernail-sized gash appeared on his body, but it quickly healed. The black lines were thick and rough. How is this possible? Chapter 589. 10,000 Ancient Races Bloodline! As soon as the voice came out, the entire Void Ocean arena was in an uproar. A legendary bloodline from the ancient era had appeared again. How big of a shock would this bring to the world? The expression of the tall and skinny youth from the spiritual sacred land changed dramatically, but he couldn't stop the short-haired youth's bloodline in time. Plop! Plop! Inside the arena, many experts from other realms trembled from the bottom of their bloodlines and souls. Those whose cultivation wasn't even at the half-step origin core realm couldn't help but kneel on the ground. Some sovereigns even felt a pressure in their blood and soul, and they wanted to worship the short-haired youth from the sacred land. On the arena, the short-haired youth's bloodline had been opened, and his skin was like a tough shell. He was like a wild beast, and a terrifying aura enveloped the two despairs of the purple sovereign. It's a legendary bloodline of the ancient races. The two despairs of the purple sovereign had a bitter expression, and most of their knees were already bent. In front of the powerful bloodline aura of the 10,000 ancient races, they were like ants facing a giant beast. Before they even clashed, their bodies and minds were already defeated. The combined attack of the two just now only left a fingernail-sized mark on the short-haired youth's body. Furthermore, that mark instantly healed with the help of the 10,000 ancient races' bloodline. What strong defense and recovery! Is this the power of a bloodline of the 10,000 ancient races? Zhao Feng's body and soul both trembled in fear. Other than the sealed god's spiritual eye, even his bloodline power was completely suppressed, causing him to tremble slightly. This was the first time Zhao Feng's bloodline power had been completely suppressed. Pun! 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 A wisp of aura from the suppressed bloodline was sent to the sealed god's spiritual eye, and a heartbeat came from the god's spiritual eye. After all, Zhao Feng's bloodline power was a byproduct of the god's spiritual eye. Fuck off! The power of the short-haired youth's bloodline was raised to the limit. A layer of ancient black light patterns exploded like a black tornado, spreading to a radius of 1 to 200 meters. Bam! Bang! The two despairs of the Amethyst Sovereign screamed at almost the same time. Their bodies were blown away. Their flesh was a bloody mess. It was as if they had been crushed by a beast. Both of their bloodied bodies tumbled down from the stage. The great Origin Core Realm judges paused for a moment, and shock filled their faces. Jiang Fan, 31 consecutive wins, no! 32 consecutive wins. One of the judges stuttered. In the current situation, the short-haired Jiang Fan's 10,000 ancient races bloodline exploded and sent a late-stage and peak small Origin Core Realm flying. Hiss! The crowd took a deep breath, as their hearts shuddered under the suppression of the primordial aura of the bloodline. None of the crew members beside Zhao Feng could stand. Lulan Jishui's body was limp. She leaned on Zhao Feng and barely held on. However, those who could hold on had their bloodlines stimulated. Ha! Who else wants to challenge me? Jiang Fan laughed proudly as his bloodline aura of the 10,000 ancient races made everyone around him unable to breathe. Wherever the short-haired Jiang Fan's gaze passed, the pressure of the 10,000 ancient races' bloodline seemed to descend. Many people felt as if their hearts had been struck by lightning. Those nearby that wanted to challenge him all lowered their heads. The aura of this 10,000 ancient races' bloodline seems to come from the same source as the ancient dream realm aura that I've absorbed. Zhao Feng's bloodline was being suppressed, but it was still stimulated. His bloodline was connected to the god's spiritual eye. The short-haired youth's gaze suddenly paused as it scanned over a certain area. Faint ancient aura, could there be other bloodlines of the 10,000 ancient races? The short-haired youth's bloodline seemed to sense something. Shwa! His sharp eyes landed on Zhao Feng. Pun! 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 Zhao Feng's god's spiritual eye started to twitch. This familiar feeling came from the ancient dream realm aura he had absorbed, but it hadn't completely merged into his bloodline. Boom! Facing the short-haired youth's gaze, Zhao Feng's body shook, as if he was facing the charge of a desolate beast. The purposeful pressure was stronger than the others. It's indeed worthy of being one of the top legendary bloodlines. Zhao Feng's blood boiled, but he managed to hold on. Luckily, his state of existence was comparable to a great Origin Core Realm sovereign lord with the help of the heart blood essence and the ancient dream realm aura. Otherwise, Any other half-step origin core realm or small origin core realm would have coughed out blood. Interesting, your bloodline seems to be related to the 10,000 ancient races. The short-haired youth's eyes lit up. The aura from Xiao Feng's body that seemed to come from the same source aroused his battle intent and senses. Furthermore, the 10,000 ancient races' bloodline in his body felt as if it was facing a powerful enemy. The short-haired youth's words made everyone sigh. Many spectators looked toward Zhao Feng. They didn't think that there would be another existence close to the 10,000 ancient races' bloodline in the same place. Unfortunately, your cultivation hasn't reached the origin core realm. The short-haired youth shook his head and put away his battle intent. Hu Zhao Feng let out a breath. The pressure from the short-haired youth's bloodline was too strong. He didn't deny that there was a big difference between his bloodline and the 10,000 ancient races' bloodline. The two despairs of the Purple Sovereign, one late-stage small origin core realm and one peak small origin core realm, were sent flying. If it was him or the skeletal division leader, the outcome would be the same. If I don't use my eye bloodline, it's very likely that I'll be sent flying in one move. Furthermore, the 10,000 ancient races' bloodline is so strong that even the void space I slash might not be able to kill it. Zhao Feng analyzed calmly. After some analysis, he knew how terrifying the geniuses from the spiritual sacred land were. No wonder Zhao Yufei was chosen by the Purple Saint Partial Spirit as the successor. One had to know that the Purple Knight's Sacred Lord also had a faint bloodline of the 10,000 ancient races. At her peak, she was at the Mystic Light Realm and was only one step away from the Heavenly Divine Realm. Brat! You're actually here? Ha! A cold and angry laugh sounded from the other side of the arena. The owner of the voice was the shirt-wearing Sovereign Lord. It's him. The charming female and Sovereign Lord Sacred Lord were surprised when they saw Xiao Feng in the crowd. Ha! I've searched far and wide for you, but I've finally found you. The shirt-wearing Sovereign's face was filled with joy. Instantly, the aura of a great origin core realm landed on Zhao Feng. This old bastard. Zhao Feng's expression changed slightly. He didn't think that he would meet the third elder of the Gone Cloud Pavilion again. On that day, Zhao Feng dug out the heart-blood essence and played both sides against the shirt-wearing Sovereign Lord. It's the third elder of the Gone Cloud Pavilion. Discussions sounded from the crowd. Many people recognized the shirt-wearing Sovereign Lord. After all, the Gone Cloud Pavilion was a peak 1-star sect that was only weaker than 2-star sections. Its strength was comparable to the Scarlet Moon demonic religion at its peak. Whoosh! The shirt-wearing elder's figure flashed and arrived before Zhao Feng with a cold expression. Brat, hand over the heart-blood essence. I won't pursue this matter. The shirt-wearing elder messaged through spiritual sense, and didn't make a big deal out of it. After all, he didn't want to make a big deal out of this since it involved a legendary sacred blood essence like the heart-blood essence. We took the heart-blood essence from the whale. What does it have to do with you? Furthermore, we've already used up all of the heart-blood essence. Zhao Feng slowly messaged. He wasn't worried about the shirt-wearing elder attacking him in the Void Ocean's spiritual palace. According to Little Horse, no matter how chaotic the outside world was, the Void Ocean Spirit Palace would always be a peaceful place on the Void Ocean. This was because the spiritual sacred lands were behind the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. Even Void God Realm kings from 2-star sects wouldn't dare to cause trouble here. Not many troublemakers were able to walk out of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace alive. Brat! Don't try to trick me! With the size of the whale, there's a large amount of heart-blood essence. Hand over the rest of the heart-blood essence, and I won't pursue this matter. The shirt-wearing elder snickered coldly. He wasn't an idiot, and knew that Zhao Feng definitely had a large amount of heart-blood essence. No way! Zhao Feng rolled his eyes. The heart-blood essence wasn't directly related to the shirt-wearing elder. Humph! I don't dare to attack you in the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. But the Gone Cloud Pavilion is one of the top 3 forces in the nearby islands. If you have the ability, Don't leave the Void Ocean's spiritual palace. The shirt-wearing elder snickered coldly and left. He indeed didn't dare to attack Zhao Feng in the Void Ocean's spiritual palace. However, he didn't believe that Zhao Feng would stay in the Void Ocean's spiritual palace forever. Shua! A short-haired youth landed in front of Zhao Feng right after the shirt-wearing elder left. Jiang Fan! Zhao Feng exclaimed. The hearts of the people nearby jumped. I'm Jiang Fan from the true martial sacred land. May I ask for this brother's name? Jiang Fan smiled faintly. The spectators in the Colosseum were surprised. This arrogant genius of the sacred land had actually taken the initiative to get to know Zhao Feng? Jiang Fan's eyes were full of interest as he inspected Zhao Feng. This scene, when the dark-robed sovereign master, who had just flung his sleeves and left, saw this, the cold smile on his face stiffened. If Zhao Feng was connected to a genius of the sacred land, then even the Gone Cloud Pavilion wouldn't dare to touch Zhao Feng easily. I'm just Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng greeted the two geniuses of the sacred land. The short-haired youth had the bloodline of the 10,000 ancient races, and his name was Jiang Fan. The tall, skinny youth had the cultivation of a great origin core realm, and his name was Chen Yilin. While the two geniuses were inspecting Zhao Feng was also inspecting them. This was especially so for Jiang Fan, who had the bloodline of the 10,000 ancient races. The aura of the ancient dream realm can cleanse my state of existence and purify my bloodline. On the other hand, the bloodline of the 10,000 ancient races has the same aura. What's the relationship between the two? Zhao Feng murmured in his heart. Unknowingly, he placed more importance on the aura of the ancient dream realm and started to speculate. This youth's bloodline has a faint aura of the 10,000 ancient races. Even if he doesn't have the bloodline of the 10,000 ancient races, it should be a powerful bloodline from that era. The two geniuses of the sacred land didn't underestimate Zhao Feng. Even in the spiritual sacred land, the bloodline of the 10,000 ancient races was one of the top bloodlines. The two geniuses of the sacred land were surprised to see someone with a bloodline close to the 10,000 ancient races. Chapter 590. Zhao Feng, Jiang Fan, and Chen Yilin walked to a corner of the arena and started to talk. The two sacred land geniuses were more interested in Zhao Feng's bloodline talent. The two of them paid no attention to Zhao Feng's cultivation, nor did they take it to heart. With Brother Zhao's talent, you didn't come from a two-star sect or a void god realm king. The tall and skinny youth, Chen Yilin, was slightly surprised. Ever since Zhao Feng had left the inner region, he didn't mention where he came from. He wasn't afraid of causing trouble outside, but he, Zhao Feng, didn't want to affect his hometown, especially the Iron Blood religion and Broken Moon clan. While they were talking, although the two sacred land geniuses didn't show any arrogance, Zhao Feng could see that they didn't treat him as an opponent of the same level. Jiang Fan originally sensed Zhao Feng's bloodline aura and was filled with battle intent. However, Zhao Feng was only at the half-step origin core realm, and his bloodline power and inheritance weren't as good as his, so he wasn't interested. These two sacred land geniuses are just interested in me and don't have any real intentions of befriending me. Zhao Feng had a weird feeling. No matter how polite the sacred land geniuses were, they came from sacred lands and three-star sects, so they had a sense of superiority. This feeling of being underestimated only caused a ripple in Zhao Feng's heart before he calmed down. Zhao Feng didn't deny that there was a huge difference between him and the 10,000 ancient races. He should use this chance. Zhao Feng asked the two about the spiritual sacred land and the 10,000 ancient races. However, the two weren't willing to talk about the spiritual sacred land in depth. My bloodline comes from the black light race of the 10,000 ancient races, and it specializes in defense and power. Jiang Fan smiled faintly. The bloodline of the 10,000 ancient races was a peak existence in the Fan universe. Even the eye bloodlines of the 8 great god eyes were related to the 10,000 ancient races. They chatted for a while. The two geniuses from the sacred grounds were no longer interested and parted ways with Zhao Feng. In another corner of the arena, the third elder of the Gone Cloud sect, the black-shirt sovereign lord, let out a breath. He was worried that Zhao Feng would form a relationship with the two geniuses from the sacred grounds. If that was the case, he would have some reservations. However, from the looks of it, the two geniuses from the Holy Land only had a simple chat with Zhao Feng. After all, they are geniuses from the Holy Lands. Moreover, these two people are most likely top-notch in the Holy Lands. As long as I wait for them to return to the sacred ground, I'll be able to deal with that kid without any worries. A faint smile appeared on the third elder's face. At this moment, let's go. Zhao Feng took the lead and led everyone out of the Void Ocean Coliseum. Xiao Ma, who was leading the way, glanced at the two geniuses of the sacred grounds and felt sorry for Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng had missed such a good opportunity to make friends with the geniuses of the Holy Land so easily. If Zhao Feng was willing to curry favor, he might be able to contact the Spirit Realm Sacred Lands under the guidance of the two Sacred Lands geniuses. On the same day, Zhao Feng and company walked around the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace for half a day before finding an inn to stay in. Inside the inn, the sailors found a place to stay and could freely move around the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. They could trade resources and improve themselves. Some of the crew members took advantage of the opportunity to strengthen their bodies with the heart-blood essence. Xiao Ma, I'll leave the rest to you, Zhao Feng said slowly. Captain, please speak. Xiao Ma was excited. His employer was able to keep his composure and only walk around the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace on the first day. Only now did they enter the main topic. Xiao Ma couldn't help but feel excited. According to the rules, the more important the task, the more rewards he would receive. The first thing is to upgrade the ship. Zhao Feng briefly explained the situation of the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. The ship? Xiao Ma's eyes lit up. He had seen Zhao Feng's Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship before and knew that it was of high quality. The value of the ship didn't need to be mentioned. Those that could own a ship weren't normal experts. Many sovereigns didn't even have one. The second thing is that I need to sell some materials. I also need to buy these resources. Zhao Feng took out a list. Xiao Ma took the form and looked at it. His heart was thumping, and he couldn't help but be absent-minded. Not only was there an ocean of materials on the list, most of them were top-tier existences. There were even some legendary spiritual treasures. Many of the trading materials, just one or two of them could be worth all of his wealth. Zhao Feng smiled. In reality, most of the materials on the list were written by the Skeletal Division leader. These massive amounts of resources and materials were all targeted at the Ghost Corpse Cursed formation. According to the Skeletal Division leader, the cursed ghost corpses still had room to improve. If each cursed ghost corpses could be strengthened to the half-step origin core realm, their power would increase dramatically. Secondly, if they could devour the essence of 100 sovereigns, the ghost corpse cursed array would increase dramatically. Looking through the list in a hurry, young Ma took a deep breath and suppressed the joy and excitement in his heart. He admitted that he had underestimated this employer. Although this employer didn't have a cultivation at the origin core realm, his wealth probably surpassed most sovereigns. No! There weren't many sovereigns that could compare to Zhao Feng's wealth. At least, Xiao Ma hadn't seen one. Xiao Ma, do you have any other suggestions? Zhao Feng smiled faintly. Xiao Ma paused for a moment, then started to think. Captain, if you're willing to pay the price, it's best to hire an array grandmaster. In this regard, I can recommend you to contact. Young Ma was organized and presented a feasible plan. Array grandmaster? Zhao Feng found out that this type of array grandmaster specialized in blacksmithing and arrays. They specialized in forging and repairing ships. As for the candidates, Little Ma recommended a few. Some of the materials that Milord wants to sell are rare and rare locally. You can put them up for auction in the near future and sell them for a higher price. As for the resources you want to buy, Xiao Ma will use my connections. Xiao Ma continued. Zhao Feng stopped him halfway. Ji Shui, From today onwards, you and Xiao Ma will take over. The two of you will be responsible for these two things. Zhao Feng waved his pen and gave the two important things to the two of them. Yes, Captain. Lulan Jishui and Xiao Ma accepted the order. Within the building of the inn, Zhao Feng closed his eyes and started to cultivate again. This time, he didn't enter the ancient dream realm. He first absorbed the aura of the ancient dream realm. For the next 3 days, Xiao Ma and Lulan Jishui started to get busy and even move some sailors. The two of them would ask Zhao Feng for a few important things. The sale and purchase of materials and resources were carried out in an orderly manner. A portion of the resources that Zhao Feng sold came from the Purple Saint ruins, while others were spoils of war. On the 3rd day, Xiao Ma successfully contacted an array grandmaster. Captain, this is the famous Master Wei of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. He has helped 2-star Sex forge and repair ships many times. Xiao Ma said politely and attentively. I've heard of your name for a long time. Zhao Feng greeted and inspected Master Wei. Master Wei was around 50 years old and had a cold personality. He went straight to the point. He wanted to take a look at the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. This is a pirate ship. The quality of the materials and craftsmanship aren't bad. Master Wei was slightly surprised. Under Xiao Ma's persuasion, he managed to squeeze out some time to take a look. At first, he thought that young Ma was exaggerating when he boasted about his big employer. But when he saw the Void pirate ship, he put away his contempt a little. Of course. In his eyes, the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship was just a passable ship. It was far from being the best. After a while, Master Wei said, This old man can provide you with 3 specifications, low, medium, and high. Oh? Tell me about it. Zhao Feng's interest was piqued. Low-grade specifications. Repair the ship and make some improvements. Compared to its original performance, it will be slightly better. The cost of the materials is equivalent to a pseudo-Earth grade weapon. Master Wei said and looked at Zhao Feng. The value of a pseudo-Earth grade weapon wasn't small. Even 10 Broken Moon clans added together wouldn't be able to compare to it. Zhao Feng shook his head. It was obvious that he didn't care about the low specification. Medium specification. When repairing the ship, it will be refined and its performance will be much better than before. However, the cost of the materials is equivalent to several complete Earth-grade weapons. Master Wei smiled. Equivalent to several complete Earth-grade weapons. Xiao Ma, who was on the side, broke out in cold sweat. The cost of the medium specification was dozens of times higher. Zhao Feng didn't say anything and signaled Master Wei to continue. High-level specifications. The strengthening and upgrading of the ship is not much different from forging a new one. This requires a lot of money and manpower. I can't do it by myself. The cost is enough to make a normal 1-star clan go bankrupt. Master Wei shook his head and smiled. The cost of a high specification could make a normal 1-star clan go bankrupt. Xiao Ma and Luan Jishui clicked their tongues. Vao Feng's expression didn't change. I'll choose the medium specification. Honestly speaking, it wasn't impossible for him to create a high specification. However, the cost was too high, and it wasn't something that could be completed in a short amount of time. Even so, Master Wei was already surprised. Only peak 1-star clans had the capital to create a medium specification. Some great Origin Core Realm sovereign lords could barely create a medium specification. However, from what Zhao Feng said, he seemed unwilling to choose the medium specification. After that, Zhao Feng suggested the idea of merging the Heart-Blood Essence into the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. You have the Heart-Blood Essence. Master Wei was surprised and excited. He was extremely tempted by the Heart-Blood Essence. That's a good idea. The Heart-Blood Essence contains the blood essence of ancient beasts, and can increase the ship's ability to adapt to the limitless ocean, increase its resistance to corrosion, and increase its speed. At the same time, it can force the beasts to retreat and make the route smoother. Master Wei was full of praise. But it requires a lot of the Heart-Blood Essence. It's too extravagant. He shook his head, as if it wasn't realistic. Chapter 591. According to the medium specifications, how much hard blood essence is needed? Lao Feng's expression didn't change. Master Wei said, at least 1 vat is needed to achieve the desired effect. However, if there's too much, it might attract the attention of the nearby whales. 1 vat? No problem. Zhao Feng didn't even think about it. Surprise flashed through Master Wei's eyes. A vat of hard blood essence sounded so simple in Zhao Feng's words. Thinking up to there, his gaze toward Zhao Feng became fiery. Brother Zhao, if you can provide me with a jar of sea whale hard blood essence, I can repay you for repairing and upgrading your ship this time. Master Wei said excitedly. Zhao Feng laughed. He didn't expect this Master Wei to want hard blood essence as well. Master Wei was at the middle stage small origin core realm, so the hard blood essence was indeed useful to him. It's a deal. Zhao Feng nodded his head. The amount of hard blood essence in his dark green gourd was enough to fill a large room. It was equivalent to dozens of vats of hard blood essence. After all, the body of the whale that Zhao Feng killed was extremely large, and its state of existence was close to the Void God realm. Its battle power was comparable to those at the Origin Core realm. Seeing Zhao Feng agree, a smile appeared on Master Wei's face. Next, Zhao Feng and Master Wei started to discuss the details of the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. Brother Zhao's ship has the element of water lightning. It's very resistant to water, and it's good at disguising itself. Master Wei analyzed. Zhao Feng was very satisfied with the basic structure of the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. The element of water lightning was perfect for his wind lightning true yuan and ice water bloodline. Okay, we'll still use the element of water lightning as the basic structure. Master Wei confirmed the first point. After that, he focused on improving the ship's performance. We don't need to expand the ship too much. We don't need to focus on offense, but we need to increase its speed and defense. Zhao Feng gave his thoughts. To him, the Void ship's greatest use was for traveling and as a peaceful place to cultivate. Yes, if the scale of the ship is not expanded, it can indeed maximize the speed and other performance. Master Wei nodded. After determining a basic framework and train of thought, secondly, there was the matter of materials. The choice of materials was also divided into 3, 6, and 9 grades. Among the medium specifications, Zhao Feng chose the best materials. The amount of resources required for the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship was an astronomical figure. Master Wei exclaimed in his mind. Apart from some 2-star sects and Void God realm kings, he hadn't seen any sovereigns spend so much money. Furthermore, the other party was a half-step primal core realm youth. This youth's background is probably not simple. Master Wei became even more serious. Zhao Feng faintly sighed. His state of existence was comparable to a Great Origin Core realm, and it was even slightly stronger than normal Great Origin Core realms. However, the strengthening of his bloodline had many benefits. For example, by using some powerful battle skills or secret arts, one's foundation would be more solid, and they would be able to support themselves more effectively. The foundation of his life constitution also allowed him to have greater potential and increase his cultivation speed. Zhao Feng could clearly feel that his senses were becoming stronger and the conversion rate of his half-step true yuan was becoming faster. In his mind, the speed at which he comprehended the purple wind lightning of the wind lightning inheritance was much faster than before. On this day, the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship was finally completed. Zhao Feng saw the new Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship near a lake in the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. On the lake, it was a gray-blue metallic ship covered in intricate arrays. It was 35 yards long and had 2 floors. There was a tower at the top. At first glance, it looked like a large shark, faintly emitting a terrifying aura of an ancient sea creature. Zhao Feng told the sailors to go in and start the ship. When a layer of ripples appeared on the surface of the Blue Sea Sky ship, circulating on the surface of the ship, making the entire metallic pirate ship look noble and mysterious. After testing, the ship's speed has increased by 2 to 3 times and is close to the speed of a great origin core realm. In terms of defense, it can block attacks from several normal origin core realms at the same time. Master Wei smiled and said. Zhao Feng inspected the entire Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. Both inside and out, it had been strengthened. It was like a giant shark made of steel, far better than normal ships. The material of the ship's body felt even more metallic. It was cold and smooth, and the patterns were fine. On the same day, Zhao Feng inspected the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship and let the sailors get used to it. At the same time, Zhao Feng paid Master Wei a jar of hard blood essence. Brother Zhao, you built such an excellent ship just for sea travel? Master Wei was very curious about Zhao Feng's background. If it was a normal person, they could use the resources on their own cultivation. Truth be told, I need to travel across spiritual realms. Zhao Feng said. You mean to leave the true martial sacred lands territory and enter another spiritual sacred lands territory? Master Wei was surprised. How far was it to travel across spiritual realms? Brother Zhao, since you know the geniuses of the sacred land, why don't you think of a way to use the spiritual zone teleportation array to travel from one sacred land to another? That will save a lot of time. Master Wei said with surprise. From his point of view, Zhao Feng's background wasn't simple. He might even be related to the spiritual sacred land. Spiritual zone teleportation array? Zhao Feng's heart moved. He suddenly thought of the map in his mind. The 3 spiritual sacred lands were connected by a special line. If I'm not wrong, those lines can teleport people across super long distances. Zhao Feng couldn't help but feel excited. However, I heard that the price to use the spiritual zone teleportation array or other normal teleportation arrays is great. Only a small number of people have the right. Master Wei added. Thank you, Master. An idea appeared in Zhao Feng's mind. His destination was too far away. If he could use the spiritual zone teleportation array, he could save at least half the time. On the same day, Zhao Feng asked around and finally found 2 geniuses of the sacred land in the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. Jiang Fan and Qin Yilin stayed in the guest rooms of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. The 2 also met Zhao Feng. Spiritual zone teleportation array? Jiang Fan and Qin Yilin looked at each other. The 2 stilled and then shook their heads decisively. Even we can only use ordinary teleportation formations, let alone teleportation formations that can teleport across spirit realms. You have to know that my master is an elder of the sacred land, and Jiang Fan's master is even more amazing. The tall and thin youth, Qin Yilin, said slightly apologetically. What he meant was, with their powerful backgrounds, they could only occasionally use the ordinary teleportation formation. Normal teleportation arrays can teleport people between the Void Ocean spiritual palaces and even to the spiritual sacred lands. However, they are only used by core members of the sacred land. We have permission from our seniors to use them. Jiang Fan shook his head and said. Although Zhao Feng wasn't surprised, he was slightly disappointed. He wasn't a member of the sacred land and didn't have a strong background. He didn't even have the right to use the normal teleportation arrays between the Void Ocean spiritual palaces. Furthermore, the 2 geniuses of the sacred land didn't have any relationship with Zhao Feng and weren't willing to help him. I'll be leaving first. Zhao Feng left the guest room under the cold gazes of the 2 geniuses of the sacred land. This Zhao Feng only has good talent and a good bloodline, but he doesn't have a strong background or a strong senior. We won't be able to interact with him in the future. Qin Yilin smiled faintly. Jiang Fan also sighed. If the 2 of them helped him, there was still a small sliver of hope. However, as core geniuses of the sacred land, they had high standards and didn't think highly of Zhao Feng's potential. They didn't plan on befriending him. Therefore, they couldn't be bothered to get involved. Chapter 592. Walking out of the guest area, Zhao Feng shook his head. He wasn't surprised by this result. It was normal for the two geniuses from the sacred land not to help. The reason why he tried was because he wanted to try his luck. After returning to the inn, Zhao Feng contacted Xiao Ma and Lulan Jishui again. Captain, we've basically purchased all the materials and resources you've requested. The primal crystal stones from selling the treasures will be used to purchase. Xiao Ma took out the list and checked. Regarding the purchase, Xiao Ma used his connections and Lulan Jishui was in charge of supervising. Okay, I'll leave the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace in 3 days. Zhao Feng made his decision. The Void Ocean Spiritual Palace was like a high-grade supply point on his way. Now, his needs had been met, and it was time to leave. Xiao Ma, this is your payment. Zhao Feng raised a hand and tossed an interspatial ring to Xiao Ma. Xiao Ma scanned it with his spiritual sense, and his heart jumped. Thank you, Captain. Xiao Ma thanked him profusely and bowed repeatedly. In addition to a pile of primal crystal stones, there was also a barrel of sea whale heart blood essence. That pile of primal crystal stones was equivalent to several years of his earnings. As for the bucket of heart blood essence, it was something that he had always dreamed of. Before leaving, Xiao Ma looked deeply at Zhao Feng. With this bucket of heart blood essence, his state of existence would change by leaps and bounds. As long as he successfully took this step, his life and destiny would undergo a completely different change. In the room of the inn. Is there really no hope of using the spiritual zone's spatial teleportation array? Zhao Feng started to think. The journey across the sacred lands was extremely long. If everything went smoothly, it would take at least 12 years. But if he could use the spiritual zone's spatial teleportation array, he could save more than half the time. However, the two geniuses from the sacred land wouldn't help Zhao Feng. Shua! A purple token that looked like water suddenly appeared in Zhao Feng's hand. It was the Purple Saint token. There was a subtle connection between the Purple Saint token and the Purple Saint ruins. This token could open an inheritance path. This token contained an extraordinary power and was connected to the Purple Saint ruins. The Purple Saint token can be used 3 times. I've already used it once. Zhao Feng closed his eyes and sensed. The aura on the other end of the Purple Saint token was extremely weak. Firstly, it was because of the distance, and secondly, the Purple Saint partial spirit and the loss of the dimension's power. Otherwise, even if he had to cross several island zones, he would still be able to open a legacy path. Although the Thousand Flow Islands zone and the Tianlu Islands zone were neighbors, with the Purple Saint partial spirit's current strength, it wouldn't be enough. Thankfully, Zhao Feng didn't plan on returning to the Purple Saint ruins. Senior Violet Saint, my goal this time is too far away. We need to use the true martial sacred land's spirit realm teleportation formation. Zhao Feng sent a message over. The difficulty of opening the path was high, and it would use up the Purple Saint partial spirit's energy. However, the transmission of information greatly reduced the consumption. However, after a long time, there was no response from the other end. Could something have happened to the Purple Saint ruins? Zhao Feng's eyebrows furrowed. Half the time it took to make tea later. A sigh came from the Purple Saint token. Zhao Feng, take my Purple Saint token and go to the true martial sacred land to find a person called Duanmuqing. However, I'm not sure if that person is still alive. If he's still alive, he'll definitely be able to help you. He's trustworthy. True martial sacred land? Duanmuqing? Great! Zhao Feng was overjoyed. He only asked the Purple Saint partial spirit for help because he didn't have much hope. Someone who was related to the Purple Saint sacred lord at her peak and was able to survive until now wasn't simple. Brother Zhao Feng, the Purple Saint ruins is doing well. Don't worry. Zhao Yufei's voice sounded through the Purple Saint token. Through the Purple Saint token, Zhao Feng contacted the Purple Saint ruins. However, this couldn't be done too often or for too long. Because the distance was too far, the burden on the Purple Saint token was too great. Furthermore, the Purple Saint dimension was losing energy. At the same time, Purple Saint Ruins, 3rd floor of the treasured palace. When a girl in a purple dress who was as elegant as a fairy had a crystal key floating in front of her. The young woman was coiled in a layer of faint and glistening violet light. Her skin was like snow-white jade, and it was suffused with a crystalline sheen. She transcended the shackles of the body of flesh and blood. From the naked eye, she looked like a goddess of the 9 heavens. Yufei, looks like your spiritual race bloodline is about to awaken. Your mental energy level hasn't reached the origin core realm yet, but you're able to condense such pure half-step true yuan. It won't be long before you can completely refine true essence. The Purple Saint Partial Spirit said with a smile. His mental energy hadn't reached the origin core realm, but he was able to refine true yuan first. This sounded like a fantasy. Maybe some people were blessed and could condense true yuan even without the cultivation of the origin core realm. However, that kind of true yuan was obtained from the outside world and wasn't refined by the user. Most of it was in a sealed state. Zhao Yufei, on the other hand, was able to condense high-grade true yuan. The spiritual race is ranked near the top of the 10,000 ancient races bloodline. The Purple Saint Partial Spirit nodded her head. 3 days later. Near the entrance of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. He's appeared. That brat's about to leave the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. Notify 3rd Elder. Near the entrance of the spiritual hall, a few ordinary figures communicated with each other using their spiritual senses. Schwa! The few figures flashed past in a flash. A few breaths later. So! Zhao Feng and the sailors flew out of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. Schwa! Zhao Feng raised his hand, and the new blue sea sky ship radiated an ancient aura as it appeared at the entrance of the hall. What a powerful aura! This ship's grade is very high. At the entrance of the spiritual palace, many people looked over. Zhao Feng led the way and entered the limitless ocean ship. The decorations on the blue sea sky ship were exquisite, like a high-class inn. Furthermore, the material of the ship was tough, and its defense was strong. Lulan Jishui and the sailors went into the ship. After absorbing the heart-blood essence, many of the sailors made breakthroughs, and their physiques were close to the half-step primal core realm. With their physiques altered, their potential was even greater. Lulan Jishui was a peak genius, and she easily broke through to the late-stage True Lord rank. Let's go. Zhao Feng sat in the luxurious captain's room and gave the order. One so! The blue lightning sea sky ship created a ripple of water and lightning as it passed through the barrier of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace and entered the limitless ocean. Chase! An elder in a black shirt led 2 sovereigns and chased after the blue lightning sea sky ship. The elder was the 3rd elder of the Gone Cloud Pavilion. The 2 sovereigns next to him were both at the late-stage small origin core realm, and their speed was extremely fast. So, in the past month, the elder in the black robe had mobilized the forces of the Gone Cloud Pavilion and sent people to wait here. Brat! The Gone Cloud Pavilion has set up a net in the limitless ocean. You won't be able to escape even if you have wings. The black-robed supremacy's cold shout was like thunder and lightning that shook the Void Ocean ship. Within the blue lightning sea sky ship, the blood of the sailors boiled. The aura of a great origin core realm seemed to have merged with the power of nature. What speed! Only the sovereign lord at the great origin core realm was able to close the distance between the 3 sovereigns. The other 2 late-stage small origin core realms couldn't catch up to the blue lightning sea sky ship. That junior actually fused the heart-blood essence of a sea whale into the ship. What a waste of a treasure! The sovereign lord's eyes became even colder. So! The blue lightning sea sky ship had just flown a certain distance when 2 middle-stage small origin core realm sovereigns charged over. Brat, stay here! The 2 small origin core realm sovereigns attacked at the same time and locked down everything within 10 miles. Boom! Chapter 593. When the 100 cursed ghost corpses finished forming the array, its power reached a new level. Even something as powerful as the void ocean whale had died indirectly to the 100-corpse cursed formation. At this moment in time, the rolling flames forced the two sovereigns into desperation with the help of the skeletal division leader's mental energy. Being trapped in the ghost corpse cursed array meant that the power of the ghost corpses was eroding them. The flesh and skin of the two sovereigns were also quickly rotting, and their energy was being drained. Hold on! The expression of the shirt-wearing sovereign lord changed dramatically when he saw this, and the aura of a great origin core realm crushed over. He obviously didn't expect Zhao Feng to have a killing move like this. During the battle with the Metal Horn pirates, Zhao Feng didn't use this killing move when he was fighting with the two great origin core realms. This ghost corpse cursed array will definitely change after killing 100 sovereigns. The skeletal division leader laughed wickedly and was even more excited than Zhao Feng. After all, it was the one who made the ghost corpses himself. Void Sky Demonic Stab! The Earth-grade weapon that the skeletal division leader had merged with its bones shot out. A huge dark silver bone-piercing light flashed in the air. It had a domineering power, and it seemed to be able to break through the restrictions of space. It complemented the ghost corpse cursed array and pierced through one of the primal core realm venerables. Arg! A scream came from within the ghost corpse cursed array. The origin core realm sovereign's body soon turned into a puddle of blood. At the same time, Arg, save me! The other origin core realm sovereign was surrounded by a dragon of resentment and blood as countless dry hands started to eat his body. Hu Zhao Feng waved the black flag and used the power of the ghost corpse cursed array to turn this origin core realm sovereign into a puddle of blood. In an instant, two middle-stage small origin core realm sovereigns died in the ghost corpse cursed array. The essence of the two supremacies was also absorbed by the grand curse formation. This scene caused the faces of the three primal core realms chasing after them to turn pale with fright. Thief! How dare you kill an elder of my Gone Cloud Pavilion? The black-robed sovereign lord suppressed the shock in his heart and released the aura of a great origin core realm that affected heaven and earth. Kill! Three sovereigns led by the Gone Yun Third Elder charged towards the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. The other two sovereigns were both late-stage small origin core realms. Break! The Gone Cloud Tribe's Third Elder thrust out his palm, causing the heavens and earth to turn upside down. A green, glowing palm print exploded out, and everything within 10 miles was covered by a powerful aura. That mighty palm strike struck the ghost corpse curse formation. Whoosh! The ghost mist flame sprouts formed by the ghost corpse curse formation cracked layer by layer, clearly dimming and thinning. Shwa! Zhao Feng waved the black flag, and the hundreds of cursed ghost corpses released a continuous stream of ghost corpses. Shizha, this ghost corpse curse formation isn't the same as before. How can it be broken so easily? The skeletal division leader's body started to crackle as it merged with the 9 deadly Yin bone once more. When the skeletal division leader used a secret technique, and its skeleton suddenly grew to 10 yards tall, turning into a flaming bone giant. Whoosh! The flaming bone giant of the skeletal division leader was extremely powerful, and flames of death howled and howled as they complemented the power of the ghost corpse cursed formation. In the last month, the skeletal division leader had absorbed the heart blood essence and the mystic black crystal bone, and its strength had increased dramatically. Its battle power was even stronger than normal late-stage small origin core realms. Furthermore, it was currently in the ghost corpse curse formation, and it was using a powerful ghost bone technique. Old undying bastard, take this palm! The flaming bone giant grew to 4 or 5 yards taller, and flames of death shot into the sky as it charged toward the third elder of the Gone Cloud sect. Bam! A shocking explosion sounded in the air above the ghost corpse curse formation, and a terrifying wave of air engulfed the ocean. The blue sea sky ship below started to flip and fall into the ocean. Deng! Deng! The skeletal division leader was pushed back several steps. It was obvious that it was at a disadvantage. However, the excitement in its eyes became even stronger. Thinking back to when it first met Lord Rousseau, it couldn't fight back at all. Now, only half a year had passed, and its strength had increased by leaps and bounds. "The two of you, restrain this skeleton while I capture and kill that brat," the black-robed sovereign lord roared and messaged. He knew that Zhao Feng, who was in charge of the Ghost Corpse Curse formation, was the key. After all, the threat of the Ghost Corpse Curse formation was too big. Once the Ghost Corpse Curse formation was broken, Zhao Feng and company would lose their cover, and they wouldn't be a match for 3 Origin Core realms. Furthermore, the Skeletal Division leader's defense was too strong, and it was hard to kill it. "As long as I kill this brat, I can take the spoils of war and then take care of the skeleton." The black-robed sovereign lord's eyes twinkled. "Bastard, die!" The black-robed sovereign lord went around the Skeletal Division leader and charged toward Zhao Feng in the center of the Ghost Corpse Curse formation. "Jaja!" The Skeletal Division leader cooperated and didn't stop him from fighting the other 2 late-stage small Origin Core realms. In a short amount of time, the flaming bone giant that the Skeletal Division leader had turned into had the advantage and suppressed the 2 late-stage small Origin Core realms. "Go!" Zhao Feng's expression didn't change as he waved the array flag, and the power of the Ghost Corpse Curse toward the black-robed sovereign lord. "Break!" The black-robed sovereign lord thrust out his palm, and the power of the Ghost Corpse Curse toward him was shattered before it could even get close. Zhao Feng's expression didn't change as he used the power of the Ghost Corpse Curse formation and charged toward the black-robed sovereign lord. Innumerable pale and bloody withered hands entangled the black-robed supremacy's body. They extended into his internal organs and started to devour his flesh. The expression of the black-robed sovereign lord changed slightly. Even someone at the Great Origin Core realm like him couldn't ignore the power of the curse. "Humph, the power of the curse is everywhere. This isn't a normal mental energy attack." Zhao Feng didn't fear anything and allowed the black-robed sovereign lord to attack him. Although the black-robed sovereign lord could attack him, his strength would be weakened. Once the power of the curse entered his body for too long, he wouldn't be able to escape even though he was at the Great Origin Core realm. No matter how strong the black-robed sovereign lord's state of existence was, there was still a huge difference between him and the limitless ocean whale. "As long as I kill this brat within 10 breaths, I'll be able to escape unscathed," the black-robed true lord thought. He was confident that he could kill Zhao Feng within 10 breaths, and he could even do it within 4 or 5 breaths. Wings of wind and lightning. A pair of purple wings of wind and lightning suddenly formed behind Zhao Feng's back, increasing his speed and agility dramatically. Shwa! Shwa! Under the cover of the ghost mist and flames, Zhao Feng left behind a series of afterimages. Within the 100 Corpses Curse formation, the senses of the experts outside would be affected greatly. However, Zhao Feng, the owner of the array, wasn't affected at all. He and the Skeletal Division leader knew the array like the back of their hands. "Cunning brat!" The black-robed sovereign lord roared as he thrust out his palm, and a green palm instantly locked down everything within a few hundred yards. His first attack was able to destroy a large area. However, Zhao Feng's reaction speed was extremely fast, and he had the geographical advantage, so he was able to dodge the attack several times. Bo Zhao Feng's body was surrounded by a ripple of water that was as deep as the ocean. Whoosh! Some of the attacks landed on Zhao Feng, but they were absorbed by the ripple. Even if he was lightly injured, Zhao Feng's water bloodline could quickly heal him. What a strong bloodline power! The black-robed sovereign lord's expression changed slightly as he realized that he had completely underestimated Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng's state of existence was even stronger than normal Great Origin Core realms, and his bloodline power had increased by leaps and bounds over the past half a year. He had the wings of wind and lightning for offense and speed. He had the water bloodline for defense and healing. With the Ghost Corpse Cursed Array's advantage, Zhao Feng was able to fight against the Great Origin Core realm's sovereign lord for a few breaths. However, after all, the Great Origin Core realm was a sovereign lord, and their attacks soon forced Zhao Feng into a certain area. Mystic Sky Ink Seal. A dark green palm appeared. It was half a mile wide and didn't dissipate. It shined brightly and covered the area where Zhao Feng was. Wang Ji Zhao Feng's face went bright red, and it was as if he was being attacked by the power of nature. His wings of wind and lightning and his water bloodline were both being suppressed. His knees started to bend, and his body started to sway. If it weren't for the fact that his state of existence was stronger than normal Great Origin Core realms and his water bloodline was extremely strong, normal Small Origin Core realm sovereigns would have collapsed already. Ha. Brat, just give up. The black-robed sovereign lord laughed. After all, a sovereign lord was a sovereign lord. If he couldn't even take down a half-step Origin Core realm, he wouldn't have any face left in the island zone. Water Spirit Divine Change. Zhao Feng's eyes squinted, and the blue light around him started to twist. When the serene light suddenly fused with Zhao Feng's flesh and blood, his body began to sway as if it were liquid, ripples appearing on its surface. Boom! The terrifying attack of a Great Origin Core realm landed on Zhao Feng, but it was as if it had hit a person made of water. What? The black-robed sovereign lord's expression changed dramatically. His body has turned into a liquid state. This brat can comprehend such a profound technique? The Water Spirit Divine Change was a supreme technique even in the 2.5-star Pure Moon spiritual sect, and very few people could successfully cultivate it. Under the effect of the Water Spirit Divine Change, Zhao Feng's body was in a liquid state, and his defense was almost invincible. Giant. Zhao Feng's body suddenly grew to more than 2 yards tall, and he looked like a water spirit god. Break. Zhao Feng's every action was like an ocean, and his battle power rose to a whole new level. Crack! Zhao Feng ignored the attack of a Great Origin Core realm and punched out, shattering the palm. At this moment in time, the power of Zhao Feng's Water Spirit Divine Change had already surpassed Elder Shui Yun's in the past. This was due to his strong state of existence and bloodline, which allowed him to use this technique more easily. Arg! In the blink of an eye, a water spirit giant condensed from azure water light descended from the sky. Boom! The water spirit giant hit one of the late-stage Small Origin Core realms from the back. The 2 late-stage Small Origin Core realms were being suppressed by the Skeletal Division leader, and they were being weakened by the Ghost Corp's power. The late-stage Small Origin Core realm that was ambushed died. Even before his death, he couldn't understand how Zhao Feng had the ability to kill him when he was being suppressed by a Great Origin Core realm. However, the reality was that, at this moment, Zhao Feng was completely ignoring the black-robed Sovereign Lord's attacks. Chapter 594. Another late-stage Small Origin Core realm elder was about to die by Zhao Feng's hands. Brat! The third elder of the Gone Cloud tribe was enraged. 3 of the 4 sovereigns he had brought had already died. Mystic Skying Technique Slash! The third elder of the Gone Cloud sect's True Yuan exploded and a dark green light appeared in a 10-mile radius. It was like the blade of heaven's punishment that had merged with the universe and slashed toward Zhao Feng like lightning. That terrifyingly powerful slash caused heaven and earth to tremble. Everyone else, including the Skeletal Division leader and the other sovereign, felt their hearts jump. Shwa! Zhao Feng's water spirit giant flashed, but it wasn't able to completely dodge the slash. Shwa! The deep blue ripples on the water spirit giant's body rapidly dimmed as it was almost cut in half by the profound sky ink art slash. When the 30-foot-tall water spirit giant's wounds began to glow with a blood-red light, and they rapidly healed as the wounds began to glow. Under the Water Spirit Divine Change, Zhao Feng's flesh and blood merged with the power of water and turned his body into a half-liquid state for a short period of time. In this state, his defense was almost undying, and his recovery speed was monstrous. Zhao Feng blocked the third elder's attack head-on and flew toward the other late-stage Small Origin Core realm with a flash of water. Boom! The water spirit giant waved its hand and sent the other late-stage Small Origin Core realm flying and coughing out blood. This was different from last time in the Purple Saint ruins. Zhao Feng's water spirit divine change was the complete version. Not only did it have an undying defense, it also made his body bigger, and each of his actions had the power to flip mountains. On top of that, the power of Zhao Feng's water spirit divine change had already surpassed Elder Shui Yun, who was at the late stage small origin core realm. Over the past half a year, with the help of the ancient dream realm and the heart blood essence, Zhao Feng's state of existence and bloodline power had become several times stronger than normal great origin core realms. The water spirit soul transformation, supported by his powerful life force and bloodline power, was much more powerful than before. Stop! The third elder of the Gone Cloud sect roared as he watched the remaining late-stage small origin core realm fall into the pincer attack of the water spirit giant and the flaming bone giant. Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader's strength surpassed normal late-stage small origin core realms when they used their secret techniques. Poof! A dark blue light flashed around Zhao Feng's body as he took the third elder's attack head-on, and he pushed the other late-stage small origin core realm into despair. The last late-stage small origin core elder died under the pincer attack of Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader. His body instantly turned into a puddle of blood in the Ghost Corpse Cursed Array. The Ghost Corpse Cursed Array had absorbed the essence and soul of 4 sovereigns, and the power of the Ghost Corpses was enough to scare away demons and gods. S.I. The third elder of the Gone Cloud sect's expression changed dramatically as he took in a cold breath and floated in the air. My water spirit divine change can only last 10 breaths at most. Zhao Feng's figure flashed as he leaped toward the third elder of the Gone Cloud sect. Of course, even with the water spirit divine change, he could only fight against a great origin core realm, and wasn't a true threat. Shua! Zhao Feng waved the array flag and directed the air of death and hatred of the Ghost Corpse Cursed Array toward the third elder of the Gone Cloud sect. Bastard! As the third elder of the Gone Cloud tribe waved his palm, the aura of heaven and earth shattered the mist and flames. However, his face was pale white, and the discomfort in his body became stronger and stronger. From the start of the fight until now, his body had been eroded by the power of the curse, and his life force and soul were being drained faster and faster. Using this chance, the water spirit giant and flaming bone giant that Zhao Feng and the third elder had turned in to attack the great origin core realm. Bam! Bam! In the great ghost corpse formation that covered a radius of several miles, the 3 experts fought fiercely, and explosions rang out continuously. A few breaths later, the skeletal division leader retreated, and the flames on its body became dimmer. The ripples of light from Zhao Feng's water spirit giant also became fainter. On the other side, the face of the sovereign lord was as white as paper, and his body started to tremble. In the invisible dimension, hundreds of pale, bloody, withered hands wrapped him up and devoured his life essence, soul, and soul every second. The battle had reached this point. The black-robed supremacy had fallen into a state of weakness. He had even suffered some internal injuries in the previous rounds of attacks. Looking closely, the sovereign lord's skin had started to dry up. In less than 10 breaths of time, he seemed to have aged 10 years. Zh. Old bastard, the Ghost Corpse curse has already taken away many years of your lifespan. The skeletal division leader laughed smugly. The sovereign lord's face was gray, and his skin started to rot as the power of the curse entered his body. Bastard! The Gone Cloud Pavilion won't let you go! The third elder of the Gone Cloud sect looked fierce on the outside, but he was terrified on the inside. A thread of fear shot out from the depths of his eyes. After saying that, he barely circulated his true yuan and waved his hand, sending out a green palm energy that pushed back Zhao Feng and Zhao Yu. Shua! In the next instant, the black-clothed exalted lord's figure disappeared without a trace. Zhao Feng and the third elder raised their heads and saw that the sovereign lord was already several miles away. He stumbled in the air and spat out another mouthful of blood. Master, the Ghost Corpse curse has sunk into that old bastard's body and lost a lot of his life force. He's extremely weak right now. We were just a little bit away from killing him. the skeletal division leader said unwillingly. If it could devour the soul of a great origin core realm, it would be extremely beneficial to the ghost corpse cursed curse. After all, he's a great origin core realm's sovereign lord. Zhao Feng shook his head faintly as the ripples of water around him started to fade and return to his normal body. After returning to his normal body, Zhao Feng's face was slightly pale white. The water spirit divine change had a heavy price, and Zhao Feng could only maintain it for a short while. Shua! Zhao Feng waved the array flag and put away the ghost corpse cursed array before nodding his head in satisfaction. Heavily injuring a great origin core realm this time was much easier than fighting Lord Husuo. The most important thing was, Zhao Feng didn't use his eye bloodline. With the help of the ghost corpse cursed array, Zhao Feng and the skeletal division leader could suppress normal great origin core realm's sovereign lords. If it was half a year ago, they wouldn't even dare to imagine it. Quickly retreat! Zhao Feng returned to the blue lightning sky ship and immediately gave the order. The battle just now was extremely loud with 5 or 6 origin core realms and even a great origin core realm. This attracted the attention of many nearby experts. What a fierce battle! Several sovereigns died. Just who was that person on the ship? He nearly killed all 5 of the Gone Cloud Pavilion's elders. The Gone Cloud Pavilion is one of the strongest forces around here. Because they were close to the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace, some of the experts saw the entire process. So the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship passed through the limitless ocean at an extremely fast speed, and normal sovereigns couldn't catch up. In the blink of an eye, the ship that had slaughtered the elders of the Gone Cloud Pavilion had already disappeared. Even though the instigator had already left, this matter had shaken several nearby regions and alarmed several one-star sects in just half a month. The Gone Cloud Pavilion was one of the top one-star sects in the nearby regions, and its strength was second only to those 2-star sections. Not long after, the Gone Cloud Pavilion put out a bounty on the Blue Lightning Sea Sky ship. On this day half a month later, see in the Sea of Mist, a tall, silent, and cold shadow figure moved through the sea of mist like a weightless ghost. Wherever this tall, shadowy figure went, all was silent. Countless beasts within 1,000 miles trembled in fear, as if the god of death had grabbed their throats. That person! Some of the experts from the other realms, including some venerables, were alarmed. The tall, shadowy figure gave all living beings an oppressive feeling of death that came from their souls. The Emperor's aura of death has stopped here. The tall figure floated near the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace. Shwa! The tall figure disappeared and entered the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace with a single step. What a terrifying aura! The guards at the entrance of the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace felt cold, and their backs were drenched in cold sweat. A while later, the mysterious figure left the Void Ocean Spiritual Palace and headed toward a nearby island. His speed was extremely fast, almost 10 times faster than normal Great Origin Core realms. The Eternal Pine Zone, the Gone Cloud clan's headquarters, within a luxurious palace, who the third elder of the Gone Cloud clan let out a long breath as black blood was forced out of his body. Luckily, there's a way to deal with the ghost corpse curse. The third elder's expression was weak, but he felt lucky. If this had dragged on for a few more days, the power of the curse would have entered his soul, and even the entire Gone Cloud Pavilion wouldn't have been able to do anything. You're the third elder of the Gone Cloud Pavilion? A cold and hoarse voice seemed to come from the abyss of death. You're... The third elder of the Gone Cloud sect was scared out of his wits. A tall figure, like the representative of the god of death, floated next to him. The tall shadow slowly stretched out a hand that was shrouded in black smoke. Just like that, it gently grasped the Gone Yun third elder's neck. Save me. The third elder of the Gone Cloud Pavilion fell into limitless fear. The hand covered in black smoke was like the scythe of death that grabbed onto his soul and suppressed all of his true yuan. Spare me. I'll agree to anything you want. The third elder of the Gone Cloud Pavilion trembled like a little chicken, and he couldn't resist at all. Your life and soul don't belong to you anymore. The tall figure had a mocking expression, and his hoarse voice made the third elder of the gone cloud pavilion fall into despair. Shwa! The tall figure's other hand pressed onto the third elder's temple. The third elder's consciousness went black, and he fainted. Soul reading mind. Wisps of transparent black light entered the third elder's soul, but the latter was like a vegetable and didn't react at all. A while later, plop! The third elder of the gone cloud pavilion fell to the ground, and there was no one left in the empty room. However, a faint voice sounded in the soul dimension, like the murmur of a dead spirit. The pursuit of death has only just begun. Run, let's see how far you can run. I just hope that you're not too weak.